Don't want no shackles. Don't want no shackles on me. Don't want no shackles. Don't want no shackles on me. I sit down with Big Brother. Don't like those RFIDs. Got the blues about my freedom. Got the blues about tyranny. I got the blues about my freedom. Got the blues about tyranny. I sat down with Big Brother and the national ID. Don't want a chip in my wallet, chip in my car. And if I want to travel, it's nobody's business how far. Don't want no shackles. Don't want no shackles on me. I said shame on Big Brother, always tracking and tracing me. Don't want a chip in my mother, chip in my wife, a chip in my babies. Stay out of our life. Don't want no shackles. Don't want no shackles on me. I sat down with Big Brother. No more slavery. Play it for me, baby.
This country starts early. It works hard. It stays focused. It keeps moving. It stands ready. And it carries the weight. Strong coffee for a strong nation.
It's all you ever hear about in this country is our differences. It's all they ever talk about. Politicians and the media always pushing the things that separate us, things that make us different. That's the way the ruling class operates in any society. They divide the rest of the people. They keep the lower and the middle classes fighting with each other so that they, the rich, can run off with all the fucking money. Fairly simple thing. Fairly simple thing happens to work. Anything that's different about us, you know that's what they're pushing at you. Racial differences, religious, ethnic, national backgrounds, jobs, income, education, social status, sexuality, anything they can do to keep us fighting with each other so that they can keep going to the bank.
It's a big club, and you ain't in it. You and I are not in the big club.
Keep it home, baby.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Welcome everybody back. We got another. Oops, let me get this layouts right. We got another great Talking with Conspiracy. Me and the great Jamie Grant.
Good day.
Hopefully this is all right. So it is working on sound on Rumble. I'm just making sure.
Got to make sure we're heard worldwide. Everybody needs to hear us.
Yeah, the other day I didn't have the Rumble sound going, so the way I have to do it now to make sure everything's working right. So appreciate y'all being here. Let's see, we got a little LJ is here. Sweets. Nostradamus is here on the YouTube, and John Lawler. Appreciate y'all. Of course, Jamie's in the chat too. He gonna harass you in the chat.
I'm probably going to. I'm going to try to keep up with a little bit tonight. I got a couple different screens going. Not a couple different screens, but a couple different tabs actually out there. So.
Yeah. Oh, I understand. Hell, that's why I got two damn TVs sitting in front of me.
Right.
Oh hell, Angry Tiger is rating
So
Yeah.
rating the stream, what's that mean? That they're showing it on their stream? Is that how that's working?
No, what happens is the beauty of Rumble. This is something I do like about Rumble. So like let's say like at the end of the night, we have a stream going. I can look around and go, hey, if one of my friends' show is going on, I can drop the link in there and send our chat from Rumble to somebody else's show.
Oh, okay, cool,
So
cool.
so like the people that are listening to them, they get to have the like a lot of first timers. Sometimes I do that with the Trouble Minds on Sundays.
Right.
I turn around at 9 o'clock. I send everybody to Trouble Minds. I know there's been a bunch of first timers and stuff go over there and everything. So appreciate y'all being here. Appreciate Angry Tiger, Jason Barker, Conspiriality, Ghost Start, Risha, Linda. Oh man, this is gonna be good here. We got this. We're about to have Rumble is about to be rumbling on chat tonight. I think we got. Heck yeah, we got a fun show for y'all tonight. Of course, the main title I had with I put it in there the other day with the aliens, and I'm still thinking, they're planning some shit. They're planning some fake invasion, and especially with we got all these politicians coming out talking, all this wild stuff.
But hang on. When we talk about politicians, though, the people that are voicing up right now are people that are former congressmen.
Now, there's one that is right now.
Who?
Burchett.
Oh, well, yeah. But last week, wasn't it last week before last, Gates was all over the news talking about he's met with confidential people that have told him that we've got a breeding program. Like, just help me if I'm wrong here. Was that him?
Yeah, that was yeah. Gates said that, and then another story after that. Let's see if I have the.
Wait a minute, Ricky Pike. Wait a minute. If my neighbor can go to jail for banging a goat, you're telling me that we can bang ET and everything is fine? Like, bestiality doesn't apply to aliens, okay? Alienality.
All right, computer, what are you doing here? What are you doing here? You kind of froze on me. There it goes.
I mean, Star Trek Next Generation had some hot aliens on it,
Yeah, for sure.
1960s Captain Kurt always seemed to find a green or blue chick with really big tits, all right? And I'm not being sexist. You can go back and see it. They were there.
Yeah. Well, let me rolling off of what you were talking about Gates last and everything. I don't know if you've seen this clip right here. Oops. I need to share it before I make it big, Ricky.
That's what she said.
Yeah,
you see what I did there.
All right. Here we go. Yeah, here a little picture in picture. TMZ, baby.
What did you see now? I guess it would be about 2 weeks ago. That was very alarming, the way you said that, at least.
Yeah, well, because of the circumstances and where it was, I can't get into too much specifics, but it was elaborating on some stuff that we'd asked for, and it was important to get this person in a secure setting to where we could ask him these questions. And there was somebody in the meeting with us, one of my colleagues, I guess you'd say, was basically there just to kind of upset the apple cart and to throw a monkey wrench into the deal. And every time a question was asked by this particular party, it was really the answers were out there, and they gave them, and they gave specifics, they gave addresses, they gave times and dates and people that were in the meeting. And this went all the way up to the executive branch of previous presidents, not this current president.
So there have been different reports over the years. Some reports that there have been pieces of machinery that were found that did not seem earthly. And then there have been reports about life that is not earthly. Which one of those two, or both are you talking about? A form of life that is not earthly, or just something mechanical that's not earthly?
I'd say you'd be safe to say both.
The way you described this, whatever happened at this meeting, this briefing that was happening, was there something that if we knew, we would feel that we are in danger? You said you wouldn't sleep at night if you knew the things that I saw in these briefings.
Yeah,
should we believe that? That's the part where it seemed alarming.
I don't think we're at danger of this. I mean, if these things exist as I think they do, they could have destroyed us with a blink of an eye. I just don't see that, and I think that's. I just think, but I do think they have the technology and the capabilities of something that we can't understand or we can't grasp.
What I want to make sure I'm understanding is a member of our government has told you and others, I guess, that there is a form of alien life and machinery which maybe brought this living creature here that interacted in some form with people?
Yeah, they have, and they've. It's pretty wild. I know. But I'm just telling you, I'm not going to lie to you. I'd take a lie to tell you. You want to put me on a polygraph, I'll take it. But this is what the guy told me. I mean, I've had a very high-ranking naval official describe. I've talked about this before. Underwater craft, something big as a football field, moving at over 200 miles an hour. And there's no fish in the ocean that would do that. We don't even have a sub that'll probably do 40 miles an hour under the. And the last thing he said before he left my office was, it was kind of weird because he didn't go out he went out the side door, which nobody ever uses. And he looked at me, pulled me up close. He said, "Tim, they're real." And that's the last thing he said to me. That'll be the title of my book, I guess. Matt Gaetz was involved in something here just recently. He was interviewed and he talked about this interbreeding thing with.
We saw that. We saw that.
Yeah. Well, that's a true story. That was military personnel. I think that would be a good story to talk to him about if y'all can do that.
Right. He says he learned that from someone in the military.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a guy who was an officer in uniform.
Yeah.
And Matt and I and Representative Luna, we all went down to Florida, and we were turned away. And then Matt made a phone call to somebody at the Pentagon, and all of a sudden they opened the doors and brought the pilots in that were supposed to tell us the story in the first place. And he can probably elaborate a little bit more on that. But that was pretty fantastic. That was a made-for-TV special right there in itself.
Bro, first of all, let's talk about this. If TMZ is who's breaking to me my potential alien death ray news, we're fucked. Because we know that TMZ is who they use to educate the mass levels of stupid people in the world. You know what I mean? Only self-described intelligent idiots watch TMZ and get their news from there. So if TMZ's breaking that aliens are real, they are letting the minions of our country know that it's real. They have officially educated all the ignorant people of the world.
I like Conspiriality's comment. I used to believe in UFOs until the government started saying it was real.
Hey, he said he was into him. I just wanted to know if the UFO got into him. That's all I want to know. Did the aliens get into him?
It's wild to see the. I don't know. Like I said, I think it's all distraction.
Yeah, I agree.
Like let me share this. This is yeah, it's one of them videos. This is how live NASA footage works right here. This is how it works, y'all. impressive. I don't know. You see so much stuff right now, and like it don't make sense. Some of the stuff that's coming out with the NASA stuff, and again, I think it's just another added to the distraction. Probably some of the Epstein to not to release the Epstein files completely and take anybody to jail. Let's start a war with Iran and let's send people back to the moon, supposedly. Are you gonna mute, my friend? You mute yourself on the screen, but
All right, so let me be devil's advocate here. What if taking out Iran is part of the disclosure? All right, just roll with me here for a minute. So we know the deep state's been in play since the 60s, possibly even before then to the 50s, even before then when you look at the Bilderbergs and the Morgans and everybody involved. I mean, go back to the early 1900s, the bankers of the world, right? We know that there is a society that runs everything that goes on, right?
mm-hmm.
So 60s and 70s, I'm sorry, 50s, 60s, and 70s put a lot of people in power in various regions throughout the world. And one of the heavy dominated places with CIA ops was the Middle East. They had their hands in Iran, Iraq, Libya. They've got their hands in every country throughout the Middle East. So in the disassembling of the deep state, you have to take out the armed gangsters of the region, which would be Iran. Because when you look at all the different groups that have been propped up through the Middle East, whether it's the Houthis, Al-Qaeda, whether it's Hamas, Hezbollah, I'm not sure really what their role is with the Taliban, but I know that they've exchanged gear equipment with the Taliban, and they're pretty much funding the entire terror war through every country throughout the Middle East. Who's funding that money? You know what I mean? Who's providing all that money? Granted, Iran does have some oil exports, but you're talking, I mean, it's almost a global campaign. I mean, Libya,
Mm-hmm.
Yemen, all it's so if you're going to start disassembling shit, they went down to Central America first. They hit the head trafficker in Mexico. They start undoing all of the narco trafficking that pretty much funds the black wars. What was it called? The banana wars or something like that in the 60s or 70s or whatever.
Yeah, I think so.
And then you end up with this huge operation of cocaine being moved with the U.S. military that the CIA is involved in, that they are using those funds to in turn pay for campaigns going on around the globe, right? So maybe it's just another domino. Maybe it's just another piece of it. I keep trying to be optimistic. I keep trying to say, damn it, we voted for this fucking guy, 2 different times. Maybe he's actually following through with his word.
Yeah, I understand.
I don't know, but then you go to his fucking remarks, just again, fucking guy, okay? If we didn't learn anything from September 11 and G.W. Bush, remember when Bush flew the fucking plane and landed? He didn't fly, he rode bitch. Landed on the carrier, and they had the big banner on the ship that said, "Mission accomplished." That was the onset of a 20-year plus war, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And now here we are, 2 days in, 3 days in, 8 days in, 12 days in, 20 days in, 30 days in. We're 39 days in this thing now. And every other day, DT talks about, we've got victory, we've annihilated them, we've pushed them back, there's nothing left, total domination. Okay, Well, if it's total domination, why is the strait closed? Why? You know, they talk about we decimated their Navy and that we've decimated their ground-to-air missiles. Okay. Then why is the fucking strait closed? We have minesweepers. We have the biggest Navy on the fucking planet. Why is the strait closed? So, lots of questions, man. Lots of questions.
That's a good question.
And I don't know, man. I'm trying to figure out what's going on.
Oh, that's a good question. The why it's continued to go on. Number one is BB. He said it got out on if it's really BB or AI or war in the hell or fake double, whatever it is. But whoever that person was that looked like BB come out and said it. We're continuing this until it don't matter if Trump decides to, hey, we want to do. They're going to continue doing what they want to until their mission is done. It's one of them things I think, of course, there's lots of propaganda. As always, anytime you have any kind of conflict, you're going to have propaganda on both sides. And if you watch the propaganda on the other side, they're saying the same thing they're saying over here. We're winning. We're doing great. We're in this. Of course, they're getting ready to unleash hell on Tel Aviv probably any minute now. I imagine
they already hit Tel Aviv. From what I understand, the ceasefire was broken within 2 hours, and then they shut the fucking strait down again.
Well, yeah, because they wanted Israel to stop attacking Lebanon. And that was part of the 10-point thing that they wanted to do. And that was.
Then why doesn't Trump go over and smack BB's fucking hand?
You you cannot slap your own daddy's face like that. You can't. When daddy says you want to do,
fly me to Jerusalem today.
Do you remember seeing that video where BB was going to sign some paperwork and Trump grabbed a chair and put underneath him like it was.
Like
here you go.
Bitch.
Here you go. Oh, yeah, here you go, boo boo. Here we go. I got you.
Here you go, boo boo.
Yeah, no. There's AIPAC is strong on this one. Right. That's why they're passing laws all over the place, different states, different Canada.
Tell me what's going on in Florida. Tell me what's going on in Florida with this anti-Semitic shit that they're trying to do down there. Have you seen this?
Yeah. Florida's another one. They're passing where if you speak about BB or the government or anything, you can put it as a hate crime. That's one of the reasons they put that stuff in way back. They started pushing it like this is a hate crime. This is a hate crime. If you say anything about anybody, that liberal mindset, anything you say, now it's coming to fruition because now they can use that. Using this as a hate crime, and it was never for to protect the people that they said they were protecting. It was the only thing that was to set this up for this situation right now. So when all hell breaks loose and Israel's got us bombing people that we don't want to be bombed, this is the levels of the people that hate this situation is Vietnam level.
Right.
And so now, if you speak out against if certain places, oh no, you're anti-Semitic. You can't get federal funding. I've seen the one where you can't get federal jobs or federal funding or anything like that if you speak out or whatever. I'm good. I work for myself, so I can say what I want to say and do what I want to do.
Right. Yeah, man. I mean, I couldn't imagine getting pulled over and getting thrown in jail for listening to a Kanye West song that somebody thinks is anti-Semitic because he's got a bunch of black guys in a warehouse in California singing and screaming "Hail Hitler." Like, could you imagine going to jail for that shit? Like, that's like the hardest bass drop ever, and then all of a sudden you're being yanked out of your car and being charged with a hate crime because Kanye is singing a song. Like is that where we're headed? Like,
we are headed that way, and that's what the books. If you look at 1984 spoke about.
Right. Yeah.
The George Orwell book was spoken of this kind of situation happening, and that's where the situation we're in right now. And they're trying to distract everything we can of it. Like I said, they even got the disclosure coin about to come out here.
Right.
With Trump on there and everything. Of course, Ross Coulthard says it's true, so we'll see. But, it's one of them things is, they've been pushing all these different things coming there. They got all these different groups coming in. Wait, there's a reckoning coming on our end, sadly. What's up? Let me shout out the chat some more again. What's up, Monique? Yeah, I had to check that out. Cecilia, glad you're here. Hope you're doing well. Let's see who else we got. Go start. Merlin, what's up, Merlin? Make sure I get all the chat and everything. James, South Cedar Paranormal is in the house. The paranormal expert of the known universe is in the house. Narrow Gateway Ministries is here. I think I got everybody. SMU Husky. I already say your name wrong. Alien Poop Evolution. That's one of my greatest names I've seen in the chat before. So awesome. Appreciate y'all being here. Appreciate y'all being here. Like I said, I don't know all this stuff. And like I said, I don't know. I mean, it's just a distraction for sure. I mean, and again today, I still think, I do believe that there's could be possible aliens and all that kind of stuff. I really do. But just because ancient history, there was there were carvings and stuff. But what's about to get released on us through media and TMZ it's just going to be the tip of the iceberg of Project Bluebeam. What's up, Anthony?
Let's go down this rabbit hole, Ricky.
All right, let's run down this rabbit canyon.
So now we're talking aliens, right?
Yeah, I like aliens.
So one day it's like Israel, Jews, Middle East, Muslim, and then today we're talking aliens, right? And it's how they keep throwing all this in there to keep you going in all different directions. But what if, Ricky Pike, just hear me out, that everything Louis Farrakhan says when he talks about the blonde-haired, blue-eyed devil, maybe, just maybe he's onto something. Because we've talked about it before on the show, but the alien gene, right? They talk about people with blue eyes have a specific code in their DNA which does not meet any other strain on the globe, right? So they're saying one of two things happen through civilization and through the entire civilization of man. That either the dominant brown eye gene, which we know that if man originated in Africa, okay, we know that the pigment was dark. We know that the hair color was dark. We know that the eyes were dark, okay? Mm-hmm. So the theory is that as humans spread out and Pangea broke apart and humans spread out throughout the globe, that different people got their pigmentations from the regions of the world that they lived in based on the climate. But even then, the blue-eye gene didn't match that and randomly shows up somewhere, and they call it the alien gene. Just what if, Ricky Pike, a fucking spaceship landed in Bethlehem and a blue-eyed alien came out, and that now we've got blue-eyed people and Jews? I don't know.
I was say, is that what's wrong with me? Is that what the hell's wrong with my blue eyes?
I got blue eyes too. Like, are we exempt when they start knocking off people? Like, I mean, I've got the alien gene, so Maybe the alien will not kill me. You know. I don't know. I'm dead. They're coming for me. I've said too much. I've said too much. But
Anything
no,
is
I've
possible.
always wondered, like they talked about the alien gene, and when I started doing some research into it, I found it very interesting, right? Because they can't figure out where in history it came from and what the timeline is for it, and they can't figure out where it originated, right? Um, and then you hear about these breeding programs and shit, but what if that's really been going on all the time? What if
I think so.
the Planet of the Apes story, where you have a society that gets invaded by another society that comes down, is somewhat kind of a true scenario where they re-geoengineer an entire planet based on this new genetic string that they've put together. I mean, like you just never know what really is true. Like, and then you look at these movies and you hear, well, each movie has a bit of truth to it. Does it now? Does it now? Like, I mean, I don't know, man. The alien gene I have always found is very interesting, especially being that I have blue eyes. I thought it was interesting, man. I'd like to know where it came from.
Yeah, I mean, we sitting there. Uh, Night, Cecilia. Appreciate you popping in. Yeah, it is possible. I mean, we sitting there and there's history, like I said, of things. Like I said, it don't have to be like in Jerusalem. It could be, wherever, of, you know, interacting with different beings and
Right.
hybrid programs. And maybe it is. Maybe that's what, Planet Apes was just kind of showing what happened here, because that's what it was. We were just a bunch of, you know, kind of slow-minded, whatever, big-headed, 2 foot, walk around 2 foot apes, and then all of a sudden, well, we need, they come down and
Right,
modify
because they
it.
keep trying to tell us that we originated, that the gorilla is your cousin. I'm sorry, not the gorilla. Is it the chimpanzee or the gorilla we're more related to? I think it's the chimpanzee. But I Googled here and I did a little bit of looking up on the blue eye mutation, and they're saying that it's only 6 to 10,000 years old.
Yeah, yeah, it's not very old. Absolutely,
And
it's not an
now,
old thing.
we start going into the concept of God. Where you've got documented accounts of aircraft. They've been very well documented through Aztec history, Mayan history, through Egyptian history. That flying spacecraft are a real thing. And it matches up with every other God story that has taken place, because every 2,000 years, it seems like, according to history, we have some revisit of an old story that keeps coming. Maybe it's real. Maybe every 2,000 years, the aliens say, all right, we're coming back to fix this shit or wreck it one. And maybe we've reached that threshold that they're here. It's time.
It could be,
My
it
God.
could be, we looking through history every so many thousands of years, whatever, 23,000, we kind of have it seems to have a reset. And, I don't know, it's, as I always, yeah, yeah, anything is possible. Absolute conspiracy.
It sure is.
Anything is possible. You know, it's interesting to look back, and see, because, especially as we see older societies getting older and older and everything. They found that stuff in Russia. It's like 300,000 years old or whatever. They're actually writing. You know, it just shows, it's pushing the years back and back and back. Where, like, wait a minute, and that a lot of it, I do believe, and I've heard on certain sites and stuff they're talking about, is that you can't. They're getting to a certain point, but if they get to the older spot, they would have to mess up and destroy the site that they're at now. If they're at a site that's 3,000 years old, Well, the site that they need to be is, that's probably 10,000 years old is underneath this. Then you would have to mess up this site to get to it. So they stop.
Right. They
So
talked
that's
about they did some scanning recently, and I mean it's kind of an old story, but there's some recent news articles that popped up on this where they believe they have found another sphinx. Um,
don't make babies with cousins or sisters.
and they also found some chambers below a couple not so there are some an outline or something of a couple buildings that are set off a little bit from the pyramids that are just like the remnants of some, I don't know, like side buildings. They weren't really pyramids or anything like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they found something under that, apparently, that's a very large chamber that's buried underneath the sand that they want to start looking into. You know,
Supposedly there's a labyrinth. They talked about it. Back in history, they talked about that labyrinth, and people actually were down in there, and then then maybe it got covered up, and now, of course, Egyptopus, whatever, Honey Hawass asked, and those that don't want to, if it breaks out of their box of what Egypt's supposed to be, it's supposed to be right here. Everything is, if it goes against any of that, they don't want it anything.
bro, could you imagine
crazy.
if they disrupted Egyptian history? If then all of a sudden we found out that everything that they fucking taught us is just bullshit? Because if you disrupt the Roman Egyptian theological history of Jesus and the Crusades and that whole time period, bro, it throws a wrench in everything. Because now you disrupt religion as a whole and you prove that maybe it didn't go down exactly like they said. And I think that if they did that, that it would throw people into a fury. I think you'd have some of these cultish people. We know that some people can be swayed very easily. I think you'd have mass suicides.
Well, I hope it wouldn't get to that point, but I mean, it is, it's, I do think, some of the history and everything might change a little bit, but a lot of the biblical history, though, if you look back, a lot of it, has been kind of proven right. A lot of the cities and everything, that they've proven a lot of that stuff correctly. But that don't mean there's stuff older than that. And I still think, like Egypt, I'm like I said, I've always said this, and I'm in the mindset of Graham Hancock. We're a people of amnesia. We've lost our memory of so much stuff, but I do think, like the Great Pyramid and the Sphinx and all that was there first. Then if you look, and then I wouldn't doubt some of the other pyramids were at that year because they were trying to build what they seen there. Like, okay, they didn't have the technology, because you look at all the other ancient sites. You go to Bolbak, you go to down in like a lot of Incan ruins and stuff like that, and you see the bigger monster stones and the intricacy of how everything put together. Then you see the newer stuff on top of it, the smaller stones and how they do everything. And so you see that throughout history. So it's another way, like, hey, we lost something back then. Like, we could move massive stones. We had all kinds of, supposedly we didn't have stone, only had stone tools and all this kind of stuff, which is garbage. There's no way being able to cut granite and all the stuff that they did and then haul it 150 miles. And in the time frame, just none of it adds up. Nothing of that stuff. The pyramid always confused me. They're like, whoa, they built that in 30 years. They moved those stones by rocks and dirt and sticks or whatever and logs, and so that many miles and up a river and move it on top of a barge that that had to be huge and all this stuff. And they, the others that come out to the fact, like, you turn around and the amount of stone you had to cut and place and everything. The time frame was just no way. We couldn't, of course, we couldn't touch it in a 10-foot pole nowadays, but still, even then, it was just like every few minutes you would have to be putting a stone, a 2-ton, 5-ton effing stone every couple minutes that's magically just appeared from 100 miles down the road.
Come on, man. That ain't just a normal thing. I mean, come on. You know? Surely that's just a normal thing, right? Like, I don't know. Huh? Ricky, do you need anything? Whitney's making a run.
Yeah, go ahead.
Dr. Pepper, you on it? Get on it. I need one too. I've been doing pretty good, man. I've been trying not to drink any soda.
Yeah, I actually ain't got no Dr. Pepper in front of me. I got my orange juice today. I got in my mind. I opened it today. Yeah. My body says I need vitamin C. I'll feed it. I've been sick, feeling nothing. It's just like, man, my body's like, hey, I need vitamin C. Let's go, you know. And like so, let her rip.
Tater chip.
Hell yeah. And the chat on both sides is rocking.
Nice.
I can't even keep up. Y'all just keep rocking.
I can't even get it back up. Damn it. Where'd it go? There it is. Damn it. I keep breaking things.
Could be Antis. The pyramids could be a landing pods. I don't know. Especially some of the places around the world, for sure. Some of them look like it.
You ever notice how all these movies seem to talk about Tesla technology with the, antennas on the buildings? Like Ghostbuster had those buildings had antennas on them.
Mm-hmm.
There's a couple other movies out there that talk about these buildings that have or that generate electricity. I think it's real, but why are they going to give you something free that they know they can make, they can hold you hostage to? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Well, that's why he lost his funding. He was, they didn't realize what he was doing until it was, well, not too late, but once they realized what he was trying to unleash and bring about, they're like, whoa, wait a minute. We can't have that. We can't give everybody free power. We got to charge everybody for everything.
Right. Wasn't there the World Fair 1908 or something where they talked about some kind of electricity? What was on display there? What was that?
The World's Fair there up in Chicago was still insane. All them buildings, all that architecture. They're like they built it within like a year, then tore it down.
It says 1893 World's Columbian Exposition in Chicago was a landmark moment for electricity as Westinghouse and Nikola Tesla, Westinghouse, isn't that the record CD guy? Used it to prove the superiority of alternating current over Edison's direct current. It says over 100,000 incandescent lamps were lit in the White City. It was called the White City. It's kind of wild. 1893. Wow. Wow. Well, I'm going to tell you, bro, listen, if I could figure out how to turn the methane I produce into a renewable source to fuel a couple lights in my house, I think I can make my house glow, bro.
Whitney agrees.
She knows. She ain't mad at me though. She's just like, it is what it is, Jamie. Just do it over there. She feeds me better now, so that doesn't happen as much anymore.
There you go.
Real broccoli.
Good. Yeah, good food in. Good food. Good things come out. I don't know. I went to my mom and dad's. It's funny. I went to mom and dad's for Easter and everything and we're sitting there. We're about to eat and mom was like, "Pop your dad's back." Like, all right. And so if dad's back is out, I guess he has terrible gas.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah. So he was like, she's like, please. Sometimes, like, well,
Oh
you
my
know, over
God,
there,
that's
picked him up and he back around like, all right, I feel better. Yeah, he popped like 10 times, something like that. He's funny. My parents are a mess. They are a mess and a
that's
half.
funny. That's funny.
I still gotta get mom to come back on the show, on the Sunday show, and talk some more, tell some more stories. It'll be fun.
Oh, if she's telling stories about you, I'm in. Like,
Yeah, we had. I know we had some in the chat want to hear some Ricky stories, and yeah, that's coming for the next one. We got guests the next couple weeks, so maybe in 3 weeks, 3 Sundays, maybe we can get mom back and she can tell Ricky stories. She got a bunch of them. We can tell family paranormal stories and then just random Ricky stories. That'll be a fun show for sure. Because I've done some silly stuff over my years.
I cannot imagine.
I know it's hard to believe. I was I was in a group chat for the primal today. I won't say what I was about, whatever, but they but the somehow I got whatever, and I was like, told him I was like, I'll never grow up. I'm Peter Pan,
Well, there you go.
and Peter Pan memes start, little emojis start popping up in the thing, whatever, in the chat. My dad used to say that all the time. I'm Peter Pan, big kid. I always been a big kid.
I'm a big kid. That's
That's
funny.
it.
Let's see, where did this go? Man, I'm trying to find this story I saw earlier.
Well, why you do that? Maybe while we're, I don't know, while we're wherever the hell we are. I don't even know where we're at right now, but um, check this out, Jamie. This story, what, 9 foot tall.
I saw this.
Yeah, this is pretty interesting here.
The hair of this being was red. The skin was pale, white.
It's Irish.
He said it had 6 fingers on each hand and 6 toes on each foot. And the feet were wrapped in a very primitive canvas type wrapping. And he said he and the guys that were standing around the body were actually taking their boots and putting it up to the foot. And he said it was, twice as big as 3 times bigger than everybody's boot. I mean, the feet were enormous. They're all putting their feet up to the foot. And he said this thing was solid as a rock. They were all kind of tapping it on the top. And he said it was like a brick. I mean, this thing was just like solid muscle. He said it could have been some rigor mortis or whatever, but I mean, it was apparent from what you could see of this dude that he was a brick house. So
How tall?
So the pallet was 9 feet long, and he's in the fetal position. So they estimated his size at 10 to 12 feet tall.
Wow.
They weighed the giant. They weighed this being because they had to weigh it. The loadmaster had to weigh it before they put it on the C-130. He weighed, the whole thing weighed, I think they told me, and I could be wrong, but I think it was 1,500 pounds. And then when you subtract all the dunnage and the pallet and whatever else, I know that the final weight was 1,100 pounds. The final weight was 11. And he told me for sure. He said the weight was, this thing weighed 1,100 pounds. And so you can imagine, let's say it was 12 feet tall, 1,100 pounds. So, I mean, this thing weighs more than like a Kodiak bear. I mean, it's a massive, massive guy. And then, he was asking about the body, like, where'd you guys get this thing? And they told him that they had heard, they didn't know, they never first had knowledge. They heard that a group of guys got lost somewhere out in Afghanistan. That this group was out there. These military guys were out there.
I've heard this story.
Something recon or something like that, and they weren't reporting back in. So they sent out another group to look for them. Another team went out to look for that first team. And when that second team found them, they found them either at the mouth of a cave or in a cave. I can't remember where, but it was in the vicinity of a cave. And they were all dead. And this gigantic humanoid was eating on one of them.
So you heard that. You heard that story, Jamie?
Heard that one before. And I don't remember if it was from him or someone else, but I definitely have heard that story before. There's also a story that was Afghanistan. It was either Iraq or Syria where there's another story like that where they encounter this 10-foot tall, another redheaded dude, And if you think of the story of Bigfoot in the US, that's always a redheaded dude. Brown hair, red hair, it's got a red tint to it. Maybe that's the alien where the blue eyes came from, bruh.
Anything possible. But it's I mean, and one of the things that hearing that and people are like, well, they laugh a little bit at it, but there's stories of Bigfoot, not Bigfoots, but giants for millennia,
centuries, bro. Yeah, I mean, we've been talking
and
about them through the Bible and.
Yeah. I mean, and they show in the late 1800s and 1900s, there was all kinds of news articles and pictures, and where people would go get a picture taken with a big ass thing, and then everything went to Smithsonian and then disappeared somehow. I don't know. And no, it was one of them things. It's just like, what the hell?
Right.
Why is there's a I've tried to figure it out, and just listening, why is the stigma of the giants so much? And maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's the part of the giants were a different. They're part of that cover up. They're trying to the giants are aliens, so we don't want to put that out there. We got to cover that up. We can't let nobody know what we got. Have you seen the new? On another random thought, it's fixed together though. Have you seen the new S4 documentary with Bob Lazar?
No, I have not. I heard about that one too, but I've not seen it.
Yeah, I watched it, and then I watched the Joe Rogan interview with Bob and everything. It's pretty cool. And the way the guy, he did CGI, he used CGI and actually took him back. It was very little AI used in the whole thing, very little. All it was hand made CGI, and took it back and made Bob get emotional, because he was he said it wasn't almost like that, or it was kind of like that. No, he said that was exactly how it looked. It took him back in time. And he actually was able to, even when he started walking through the place, then they could put some virtual reality goggles on and start walking through S4 through that reality. And they're like, oh, there's a room over here also, by the way. And just, even the, they created everything. They created a little hand thing he talked about where, they sense your bones and count your bones or whatever in your finger, and they give you a card kind of stuff. Which, the wild thing, that thing, a lot of people are like, what the hell, but there's actually pictures of a real one later on where somebody actually found one. So, it's part of it, The interesting thing was he kept talking about, he said they were talking about in 89 or 88, they were talking about moving a lot of stuff from S4 on to a new site. And he's wondering if they actually did move it, because they were talking about it 30 years ago or whatever. Be interesting if they did or not. I guess almost 35 now.
Right. Man, I'm sure they got a couple different sites like that set up, man. You find a remote part of the world. Look, what's the place in the ocean called that's the furthest from everything? What's that thing? What's it called? Damn, hang on. So there's an area in the ocean past India. Let's see. Area in the ocean away from land is called Point Nemo, right? Supposedly, Point Nemo is this area out in the Dulce Islands. That's the closest part of it. Antarctica, Easter Island, down in there. But it's the point where you're the furthest away from every point of land there is. There are stories that we have ships that are out there that are doing all kind of shit. What was the movie that they talked about the prison being on the ship? Bro, I believe that shit's true. They talk about these black sites that they have, bruh. They are just some cruise ships floating around with ghouls on them. You know what I mean?
Could be now. I mean, I wouldn't doubt that. I mean, it would make sense. Like, you talking about a supermax prison type thing?
Yeah.
You turn around and have a damn ship in the middle of the ocean, middle of nowhere. Like, where are you going to go, buddy? They probably give them half-ass free will to walk around, because hell, you ain't going nowhere.
Right.
You gonna jump off in the ocean, get eat?
Honestly, I would assume no. I bet they keep the people locked down super tighter than a super tight supermax because look, if one dude can hold you down, a second dude can rape you, and it only takes two people to overpower one person. Okay. And once one person gets overpowered, they're a hostage dead or a weapon is taken, and now you have a problem. I wouldn't see them allowing any kind of ship like that to become that type of, enter into that kind of scenario. You know what I mean? So I assume them dudes are locked down tighter than anything you could.
Yeah, probably it's all solitary. If they're putting them on that kind of situation though, like reality, like it probably like be solitary. Like be like a, like on the Marvel movies, where they had everybody locked up on that ship in the middle of nowhere in like in the ocean, or that's what they did with them. They had, of course, Captain America still coming rescue and whatever, but again, it's movies showing us what's really going on. It's going to they have to. That's that part of their Baal worshiping crap where they got to actually tell us, give us a hint of what's going on without. So they can get away with it. Evil ass Hollywood.
Yeah, man. I think they are funded by the U.S. government way more than we know. We know that they help pay for the action flicks, the war movies. They help pay for those budgets to drive, a mindset. But how involved are they? You know what I mean?
Well, they said a lot of the movies, they'll be right there because and they can only put certain things in the movies, and so they don't want them putting a different twist on it.
Right.
Or like I said, just straight up, if you go back to World War II, hell, even cartoons was, Donald Duck and crap was, they were doing cartoons for the war.
Right. Right.
So if you look at all that going on, then it's only amplified by the 20th power by now. After 100, down there 100 years, 80. the knowing what works, what don't work kind of situation.
Right.
I don't know. It hurts my feelings. It really does. Because I like movies. I got a shit ton of DVDs and stuff, and it hurts my feelings. And then it's because I'll go back to watch an old movie and I really like, and then I start seeing shit, and I'm like, you motherfuckers, you ruined my movie. I turned one off the other day. Turned it off. It's like, nope, no propaganda for me today.
Right.
Let me put on a ninja flick.
Go watch some bad lip sync.
Yeah. I watched the Octagon, Chuck Norris.
Okay. Oh yeah, I'm sure his movies were streaming like a champ last week after he passed.
Oh yeah.
Or did you just go find it online somewhere?
It was hell, I think it was on YouTube or I pulled up on Prime. I can't remember which one, but yeah. I tried to put on another movie, and I'm like, just the propaganda. I was like, oh, these hurt my feelings. Just hurt my feelings. I won't lie.
Oh, that's funny, man. Well,
But I got this video pulled up already. Let me hit.
yeah, go ahead.
Got Tim Burchett again. We like about our favorite UFO senator.
What happened with this two-star general?
He's the guy that was had a lot of nuclear secrets and was allegedly the gatekeeper. And I've been told by several sources that he was the gatekeeper for the UFO stuff. And of course, his family says, "Oh, he didn't have anything to do with UFO." But these people are people of honor.
They didn't want to die either.
Yeah, and they don't tell their family. So their family isn't a target.
And Congressman, I understand there's others too, right? I was seeing that there's like a whole bunch of scientists that are also tied to some top secret stuff.
Yes, ma'am. The lady that disappeared, she had a lot to do with the metallurgy, the top secret metallurgy that we use in some of our missiles and stuff. I mean, it all just kind of fits together. And it's a very small fraternity. And when anytime one of them, something happens to one, the others take note of it. And I was briefed this past week, and I'll just say that that group is very nervous. They are very nervous about what's going on.
But are they?
Yeah, are they really?
I've heard from whistleblowers, U.S. Air Force whistleblowers,
or they could be like this one. Hey,
what happened with this
whistleblowers who have been transported
on the moon
to the moon base.
Right.
And I don't know. I know
back.
You can tell me. I think there are multiple moon bases, from what I understand.
Yeah, there is multiple moon bases. There is an ark on the moon as well.
Wait, a boat
underground?
What? You want to backtrack there a little bit?
Wait a minute. What?
But the one thing that I really wanted to talk about was the moon base. And I've heard from whistleblowers, U.S. Air Force whistleblowers, who've been transported to the moon base. And I don't know. I know you can tell me. I think there are multiple moon bases, from what I understand.
Yeah, there is multiple moon bases. There is an ark on the moon as well.
Underground?
Underground. I think it is visible.
It is visible?
Yeah, I think.
Is it on the dark side?
It is in between. I think.
Do we know where on the moon?
We do know where. And I think
maybe you could. Do you have any idea specifically? Like, if I'm looking at the moon, because a lot of amateur astronomers are going to want to dial this in.
No, I do not know the exact location. Well, I can't give out the exact location.
Okay. Yeah, well, of course, that makes it sound better.
Different countries involved. I know that.
Better.
I know that there's another. I don't know if this is the first time people hearing this, but there's other people living in the moon that look Indian looking, and they got these egg-shaped crafts, and they're connected to ancient India. I could tell you that.
What?
And they're living in the moon, and they visit Earth now and then. And I think we have captured probably these egg-shaped crafts before, and I talked about it way before me interacting with a guy. His name is Lovint, and sometimes he picked me up in this egg-shaped craft as well.
And you believe he was an ET?
I believe he's a MT.
An MT. a moon terrestrial.
Yeah.
Right, a moon terrestrial. Wow. And he looks Indian.
They look Indian.
Yeah.
They look Indian
So he would pick you up in this egg-shaped craft. Is that egg-shaped craft similar to what was recently revealed in that News Nation report a few months ago?
Yes, sir.
Almost identical?
Yeah, identical. I think, yeah. It looks similar. Yeah.
The pilot described that crash retrieval as being overwhelmed, like an overwhelming connection spiritually to this thing.
Yeah. They're really spiritual people. They still have their traditions. They're really spiritual. Like they they're way advanced because they implement the spirituality with technology.
Right.
So cool.
So you were transported to the moon how many times?
I remember once.
Once. And it was just you individually or with a group of other members of the
group of other people.
In this egg-shaped craft?
No.
In a different craft?
It looked like a TR-3B.
Okay.
This triangular military craft that we have. Yeah.
Do you remember how long it took you to get there? Was it near instantaneous? Was it a few minutes?
I blacked out and I opened and it was there.
A U.S. Air Force whistleblower we've had on the show talks about her experience walking into almost like a Stargate facility, which would be in a small room, and walking into a Stargate facility where they've been transported to the moon base. Does that exist?
Yeah. We have on different bases, we have massive technology that even a ship can go through this gate and end up somewhere else.
I'm laughing about the chat. Yeah, now buy my book. You'll
buy my
learn,
book, right?
We'll learn it all. Yeah, we'll learn it. You'll learn everything I can't tell you right here.
Right. We're going to kind of tell you, but if you buy my book, I'll tell you everything you need to know.
Oh, absolutely. Of course. Of course he will.
Yeah. I don't know. Have you bought his book yet? Did you figure out what's going on?
Oh, no, I haven't. I stopped buying people's books there for a little while.
Right.
I won't lie. Now, I used to be like when I first got into a lot of this stuff several years ago, and I was listening like Sam Tripoli and stuff like that. Man, he would have a guest on. I'm like, man, I got to get that book, and I got. That sounds cool, and it's sitting on my shelf over here. Like I got one. What is this? If I can see it, the Afterlife Frequency. I got that book because it was a guest, and I got all kinds of different books. Just like. Well, he was on Sam Tripoli. I'm gonna get the damn book. I got a couple of James's Sausalito Paranormal books over here too. So
nice.
If y'all haven't checked out his books, y'all need to check out James's books. But little plug for my friend James. But yeah, it's yeah, I don't know. Everybody is all coming out. It's just, like I said, just kind of was said earlier. Hey, I'd rather them tell me I'm stupid to this point than have the government agreeing with me what I'm saying.
Right.
It don't sound right. Like, wait a minute. Why are you agreeing with me now? You've been telling me for my whole life that I'm an idiot and I'm stupid and what I'm saying is wrong and I'm delusional. But now everything I'm saying is right. What is going on here? What is about to happen to cause you to do this situation? Paint by numbers, Antis. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt Rumble's having bandwidth problem. It is if you have it on YouTube and Rumble is behind YouTube tonight, so just being honest. And that's not really Rumble's fault, but
it's yours.
It's just the way I'm making Rumble work without had to fight with it. Of course, Stephen Greer, saying everything is correct. If you believe Stephen Greer, some don't.
I don't think I believe any paid personality on TV.
I mean, I say that's one of the things I do like about, like, even Bob on Bob's thing he was talking about, like, that's what I like about Bob Lazar. Like, he could have made a killing. He could have made millions if he wanted to, really. but he don't like talking to people. He don't like doing interviews unless he goes on Joe Rogan, because it's Joe Rogan. That's it. He don't. I know the last documentary that came out, he didn't make a dime off it yet. This documentary just came out. He said he ain't making a dime off it yet.
Right.
He said, anybody want to sponsor me? and give me millions of dollars? Come at me. He said, I got some acres up in, I think, Colorado, and he's got a farm, and he does some technical stuff, whatever, for his business, and that's, he's content. He ain't filthy rich, or, like I said, I like his, because he hadn't changed either, but that's one of them things, like, he's not profiting off this stuff.
Right.
So there's nothing for him to gain to get out here and tell us this stuff. It's only hurt him his whole life. Right. It's got him ridiculed. It's got him kicked out, got him blacklisted on all kinds of stuff. And he's not making money off of it. There's got to be something there, If you're not making money off of it and you're getting blacklisted, and
what's your motive, And I think his is the truth. You know what I mean?
His is to release the truth that he deems as he's seen in his mind, that he's seen, and then release it. That's what I said. That's why I like. Yeah, I seen Rumble did it. Rumble did that to my own message the other day. I'm not sure what that is about. I need to look that up. Why Rumble grades messages out? I don't know if they're taking them off, but they will do, like, if you send to me messages real quick, like if I go in somebody else's show and I'm saying hi to everybody, right. Like, hi this person, shoot, he'll turn around and go, boop, you said to me message real quick.
Fired.
Like, what the hell? And you got to sit there and go, doot. And I guess I'm like, hoping somebody's not thinking I'm being rude. I just said hi to 15 other damn people, but not them. I'm like, I'm trying. I promise you. Brother Dave Waffle House is in the house.
Is there a fight?
It's like 3 o'clock in the morning over there or something. He's hanging out with us. So if he can hang out with us that early in the morning.
Have we talked about if they have Waffle Houses over there or not?
Probably not like the ones we have.
Right.
I don't think they have the ones like we have.
The ones we have.
They need the ones like we have.
Wild.
Dave needs to open one. And that'd be cool as hell. Like, he could stream from the Waffle House.
Look, I just want to watch
fighting
drunks
in the
fight
parking
for
lot.
free. That's right. The parking lot. My ass. They get right there in the store, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Right there in the English, or take it over there. Take it that way you don't get in trouble. Take it over there to Ireland, and you can have some pints. And the Irish over there will fight whatever. They don't give a rat's ass, And so their bloody waffles burnt, and they're over here taking her off. And I see somebody get the dog hell beat out of them because he got mad because his waffle was burnt, and he had that whole restaurant beat him into the fucking ground. And he got up, and the dude was like, the guy who worked there was like, the manager or whatever, was like, was that worth it? Was that worth you come over here acting a fool over a burnt waffle? Well, I'll pay for it, my money. Well, like, you just carried an ass whooping for a burnt waffle, buddy. You do realize what you done.
Oh my God. Like,
that's ridiculous. Like, come on. Like,
everybody
has a bad day. Like, Waffle House. How many is Waffle House?
How fucked up are you as a cook? I mean, listen, and listen, I'm not going to dog anybody at Waffle House, okay? Because I know Waffle House is my favorite spot. I travel all over the South when I announce fights, and every time I stop at a Waffle House, if not 3 or 4 along my route, okay? So I'm not dogging anybody. But I know tons of successful chefs and sous chefs, but how fucked up does your life have to be for you to be in there slinging food, you mad at life, mad at the world? I'm not fucking with that cook, man. I am not. That dude right there could be on the tilt. He could be on the edge of tilt.
He could be on anything too.
Right. A lot of drug use up in that place, huh?
Yeah. He could be on anything too, especially that late night, that over late hours kind of shit. And that's like the guests too, especially getting there about 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. Guests and cooks or whoever could be on whatever. It's like when I used to hang out in Mugs and stuff. It was about 1 o'clock. Like if you wanted to, you could have a good time and not really worry until about 1 o'clock. If you stayed after 1 o'clock,
you're gonna see a show.
Watch your ass, because it was coming. And everybody would pour in there, and they were on every kind of medical, non-medical, anything in between, guaranteed. I've seen some wild stuff.
Right.
I've seen some wild stuff. I've seen security get the hell with crazy people. And I was right in the middle of it. I'm just 10 feet tall and bulletproof.
Dude, I think they should. I think every Waffle House should have 2 pair of gloves hanging up on the wall, a bell, and a medic on standby at all times. And if you want to go, fuck it, let's get it on, baby. This is the place to do it. Let's, we'll stream it for everybody to see. And
I think you put a little ring, a little 16-foot little freaking boxing ring on the side. Like, here we go. This is, if y'all decide, y'all get over here, throw the gloves, like I said, throw the gloves on and go beat the hell out of each other, and then all right, let's stop. But
yeah.
I don't know. James says he should stay away from Waffle House after 3 a.m. Got it.
You should. You should definitely do that.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, like the people. Yeah, when he says like that, people are cool as hell. Like, I've never had no problems at Waffle House. Like, I watched the whole staff walk out one day when everybody was sitting there like, huh. So we
pissed off everybody that much.
Stayed. We sit there, all the customers, no shit, sit there 15 minutes until the staff calmed back down where the thing they were pissed off at, and came back there and went back to work, and we were cool. We got our food and had to wait a little bit longer, but we got our food, and I said nobody got up and left. It was crazy, but if somebody had turned around and started, going the hell off, it would have been over.
I gotta tell you though, man, like when that shit starts to happen, as much as I do want to sit around and watch it go down, bro, I get the fuck out of there. Because the way that the youth of today's generation is, these motherfuckers have no emotional intelligence, and they have zero ability to manage their emotions. And the first motherfucker that's got a gun, they'll kill their best friend. They don't.
For stupid shit.
For stupid shit.
Over absolute stupid shit. It's sad. Yeah. I don't know. This next, a lot of this next generational stuff, man, it's wild. Just because. Right. And I think that possibly that was the programming, and that's what they wanted, because that's what they pushed.
Yeah, these kids today are fucking ignorant, man, and they lack social skills. They lack an ability to manage their emotional bucket. I mean, think about this, bro. Think about the amount of kids that were raised in an environment to where when their parent took away their fucking electronic device, these motherfuckers go apeshit. And it happens today, every day, and you watch them coddle their feelings and hand things back to them and do whatever they can do for them. What kind of productive human are you raising? That you give into their every need, man, or not their need, their want. You're not worried about what they need, which is a quality education and some time with mom and dad. What you're giving them is fast food, McDonald's, and a tablet to entertain them, which is really programmed, Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Duffy, they had the first 48. They had a Memphis version of that song going.
Fuck yeah, they did.
Not just they had episodes of the first 48 in Tennessee. They had Memphis' own special version of first 48 because they had so much. And they could keep doing it if they wanted to, but they were making Memphis look so damn bad. So, let me play this video real quick, and then we'll switch.
Would have been lethal for any human to pass through,
It's so
making the
hot.
journey impossible. So let's take a look at
Van
the clip.
Allen said so.
Let's take a
If you
look
go
at
to
We're going to play the clip.
Okay.
My name is Kelly Smith, and I work on navigation and guidance for Orion. We are headed 3,600 miles above Earth, 15 times higher from the planet than the International Space Station. As we get further away from Earth, we'll pass through the Van Allen belts, an area of dangerous radiation. Radiation like this could harm the guidance systems, onboard computers, or other electronics on Orion. Naturally, we have to pass through this danger zone twice, once up and once back. We must solve these challenges before we send people through this region of space. We must solve these challenges before we send people through this region of space. We must solve.
So that's your claim, Bart. Professor Keating, what's your response to that?
Well, it's not my claim. It's NASA's claim. He said.
So they talked for years. In fact, who was it? It wasn't Neil Tyson deGrasse. Maybe it was Stephen Hawking that talked about that it would be impossible. Maybe was it Hawking? Somebody talked about what it would take to get through the Van Allen belt and said that we don't have the ability to put that much lead in space to block the amount of radiation. You know what I mean? Like,
That's the killer. They say that, and then like we lost the technology to do this, and then all of a sudden, boom. I like this picture here though. Shooter's full. Cousin Eddie.
Shitter's full.
Did you see the clip where it showed? I seen a clip where when the rocket took off, there was 4 pods come off the side of the ship.
I saw that look like an escape thing.
Yeah, the escape thing. Yeah. Well, what was that? And like it was like one of them things. Like, what was that? You know.
Don't ask. You're not allowed to, sir.
I'm sorry. It's anti-Semitic, I guess.
You've already asked too much. You know.
Yeah. This is probably an anti-Semitic, I guess. I don't know.
We're going to prison. We are definitely going to prison.
Yeah. Oh, damn!
Probably a lot sooner than.
I can't. I just got water. They can't send me to prison. Look, here it goes right here. You don't need all the damn music. Get out here. As it's going up, here comes the pods. What is this?
Crazy, ain't it?
4 people, 4 pods. Nothing to see here. No big deal.
No big deal, bro. Just hey, just don't worry about that, man.
Accept it. Here's another one. Another version. Except, oh, let me get out of the way. Which, if they are in there, that would suck. Man, I can get close to that flames too. Come on. Be like shaking and trying to jump up and down. Like, get down, get me down. I was just so bitch. I don't know.
Well, you know, the space thing, man. Here's the deal. I don't care what you're doing today. The minute you lie to me and I catch you in it, it makes me question everything you've ever told me in the past. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So you and I both know through green screen error that's been captured on film that these guys have made some mistakes and they have faked some video. Listen, we know that has happened. You know? So if they're willing to fake a simple video with something that they're just goofing off on, what's to say that the whole fucking charade isn't a big, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, it's a money laundering. You know, hey, we're putting this money over here. You know, it was like they had money to do this, but they didn't have money to pay the TSA agents.
Right.
You know, you think they would shut this off before they. Well, let me pay our people here. This kitty over here knocking crap over. This little right here is multiple scientists tied to NASA and Los Alamos, which is known for many things, but one of them, Bob Lazar, found dead or missing. All died within the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Nothing.
You know,
Nothing to see
allegedly,
here.
who is the big UFO dude that just disappeared?
Nothing to see here. That's a good question. Answers. I think so. I've seen some people, some Jewish people actually calling out the Zionists, and they were calling them that. So yeah, you can. I think you can be a Jew and be anti-Semitic at the same time. It's a wonderful world we're living in right now.
Sir, you've said a lot of words that have just made me very uncomfortable, and I just wanted to tell you that. Yeah.
Well, I'm waiting on you to let me tag that one video that you know in your, for I can send to your YouTube too, but you won't do it.
What?
You can see that in the chat in the Facebook Messenger. Did it go through?
Oh no, I've not opened that up yet, bro. Let me go there. Hold on. What is this here? Facebook. I saw you sent me a message earlier. I was like, oh, Ricky Pike sent me a message. No, I've not opened that.
Yeah, that is
Ricky Pike sent an event. Let's see. That's not it. Hang on.
Yeah, before that. I think it should be on there. I think I sent a messenger.
You did. I'm looking at it.
Yeah, I was trying with something new where you can collab, so I can post a video and it'd be on your channel and my channel at the same time. Or you can post a video. Yeah. I've seen people doing it, so I was like, well, let me look. You can't do it with a live, but you can do it with an upload. So I was like, oh, well, how about that? So I wanted to try it, and I figured the best one to try it would be you, and we have fun with that video there.
Dude, we always have fun, man. Like,
oh yeah, absolutely.
Well, you know what they say. I don't know what they say either, bro. I'm just playing. I'm just making shit up. Oh my god.
Oh, you're NASA now?
I'm NASA? I'm lying
You
about
said you was making shit up?
Well, yeah, like I said, I'm making everything up. I'm lying about everything. It's
absolutely. Lord of mercy. Let's see.
I'm gonna lie to all of them when it happens too. I'm gonna be like, "Yep, I sure did. I lied to each and every one of you. What you gonna do about it? Because I work for NASA, not shit."
Let's see. I got random here. You still getting out here at 10:30, right?
Probably about around there, sir.
All right. No problem. Of course, we'll continue on. But hell, I guess we're doing our alien talk. I guess let's give her hell then. Let's give her hell. Let's see if we can get kicked off YouTube today. Calling for Greenland again. You think we're going to pull out of NATO?
Oh, fuck yeah, we are.
I'm surprised it hadn't happened already, really, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might have to run over there and grab me a Dr. Pepper, though.
Ah.
Give me a big video on. I got one. This one right here be pretty good. It's interesting. I put this one on, and you're gonna see me disappear for a second. I'm gonna go get me
It's about reshaping the global world order.
Oops.
Here's the truth about this war that nobody wants to tell you. It isn't about toppling Iran's regime before you ask. It's about reshaping the global world order. And I think that's happening right now. And I want to tell you how Britain is staring down the barrel of a dark age we haven't seen for over 1,000 years. This all comes, of course, as President Trump says Tuesday will be Power Plant Day and Bridge Day, all wrapped up in one in Iran if the key shipping lane in the Strait of Hormuz is not reopened. Of course, lots of expletives there we have blurred out for you. But this is bigger than a headline or a Truth Social post in this war. And the evidence is not actually being kept from us. We're just blind to seeing it because nobody's talking about it. America has made no secret of its new doctrine. It is stepping back from being the world's police and repositioning itself as a powerful, self-reliant fortress.
That is why President Trump has drawn a new strategic map from Greenland to the Gulf of America to the Panama Canal and its surrounding countries. At the Department of War, we call this strategic map the Greater North America.
Interesting stuff, isn't it? So what does America actually gain from this war before we get onto the Greater North America? Well, let's look at a map here, shall we? I'll bring this up for you. The Strait of Hormuz, you can see there, is one of the most critical energy choke points on this planet. It is also a whopping 45% of China's oil going through it. That is a lot of oil that China needs. But it isn't just Iran. Cast your mind to January this year, where Trump effectively has now captured Venezuela and declared its oil is under their control. And if you have a look at this graph, who there in the red relies heavily on that oil? Well, it looks like China to me. Now consider the impeccable timing of all of this since January. America is right in the middle of a tariff and trade negotiation with the very stubborn and very powerful, might I add, Chinese government, who are not budging on Donald Trump's arrangements here. Well, look who's got the upper hand all of a sudden. It's America. They are now controlling the vast swathes of oil that China needs. That puts them in a very strong position going forward on these tariff agreements. And Europe is also getting hit hard a lot with this. With Russian energy totally off the table and domestic energy security weakened by this leftist obsession with net zero, Europe is becoming increasingly dependent on external oil supply and energy supply. And that puts America, again, in a very strong position because we will soon be wholly dependent on American supplies of oil and gas. They will dictate terms and use energy as leverage, not just economically, but geopolitically too. And what do we know that they really want? Greenland. They want Greenland. They've made that very clear and they didn't get it yet. So the longer this war drags on, the more dependent the world is becoming on the USA. And it's not accidental. What we're seeing is the emergence of what you heard from Pete Hegseth there, the Secretary of State for War, and described by Donald Trump as the Greater North America. It is stretching from Greenland down through the Panama Canal, securing the entire hemisphere as a self-sufficient economic and security zone for the United States of America. But guess who's not on there? Europe. We are not part of America's future plans as it withdraws from the world. And it isn't just a coincidence that the United Kingdom has been targeted the most by Trump and America of late. The UK is internationally renowned for its special relationship with America. Trump is signaling that that relationship is over, not just to us, but to everyone else around us. And frankly, Keir Starmer gave him ample reason to do so, of course. But also because Trump can now point to our allies and say, you all let us down. And in his own words, as he said, we won't forget it. It is the perfect reason for America to withdraw from the global stage. So no more global policing, no more endless foreign commitments, just a fortified, resource-rich power base that others have no choice but to rely on. That is the new America. And that brings us to Britain, because the consequences for us will be catastrophic. Right now, we are dangerously exposed. We have no energy security. We import around 60% of our food. We have no major industry. Our military is decimated, as we're hearing time and time again. And politically, we are deeply fractured now. Even culturally, we are crumbling at the seams, dominated by global political issues like Gaza, climate fanaticism, and movements like BLM that frankly have nothing to do with the state of play in Britain. The things that once united us, our faith and our national identity, are now pulling us apart due to years of left-wing globalism. Unless we act quickly and decisively, Britain risks entering a dark age as America retreats, one that we haven't seen for over 1,000 years.
I caught most of that before I was in a
I saw you had a little distraction there.
Whitney's losing her over here, Ricky.
Oh hell!
And I just caught the full animation of her just throwing her hands up in the air because she can't figure out what the fuck is wrong. So her social media account that she's now having to recreate has sent a ghost text message to some phone in outer space, and it's not come to any of them. Mine, hers, our work phone, my burner phone, the sat phone, the brick phone, the pay phone. It's so.
Oh shit! No good.
Sorry that that got animated. I'm like, what are you doing? So then a minute ago, when I hopped up to figure out what was going on,
we should have had her on video. That would have been great. Like,
oh, that would have been great. I should have turned her around.
Yeah, no. If she was on video with us on the call, and all of a sudden she's seen that, and all of a sudden she's just like, raw, like this. That would have been great.
So Ricky Pike, the Airbnb across the street a minute ago, Whitney's like, hey, I hear people yelling outside. And you can't quite see them on my camera feed because I don't quite pick up that Airbnb house. I go outside, there are like 10 cars parked out in front of it, a bunch of women all outside yelling at the top of their lungs. Girl, I miss you. Like, shut up, people. It is 10 o'clock at night. Why 9:30 at night? Why are y'all making all that noise, man? All of them are yelling. All of them are yelling. Like,
shut your country asses up. What'd you say?
Wow.
Or you should say, just shut your country asses up. You probably had to start shooting after that because they're going, who are you talking to?
Yeah, you got to be careful who you yell at because people completely do lose their mind. So.
Oh, yeah.
Don't want to get jammed up in that.
No, not at all.
Here's the truth.
Speaking of cell phones and everything, that'd be a good little segue.
About this war.
Come on, stop doing that. The digital ID, what we talked about before on here a bunch of times and everything. Well, Mexico is going to go on. They're trying to push it on through now.
Really? Mexico is?
Yeah, the government is now requiring every citizen and user to register their cell phone number with a government-issued ID. No more burner phones, I guess, for Mexico anymore. If your person had not completed registration by the deadline, the cell phone will be suspended until it's done. Yeah, so Mexico is telling 130 million people. I won't play the whole video, but yeah, 130 million mobile users. Register your phone or it goes dark. So they know exactly who is taking texts with that phone or saying what they're saying on that phone with that social media with that IP address. So if you speak out against the Jewish Mexican woman president, then you're in trouble. Interesting times.
It is, brother. It always is, man. It always is. So many lies, so much truth, and the big, wide gray area in between that we all live in.
Absolutely.
My philosophy is this, and I hope that everybody can take this and figure out how to apply it. Everybody wants to save the world, but nobody knows who their neighbor is. You know what I mean? So before social media made everybody a social media warrior, I believe people knew their neighbors. I think in the 90s, man, like when I grew up on my street, bro, in my cove, probably 20, 25 houses on my street, I knew everybody. We knew everybody. You knew the old grumpy man, you knew the quiet old lady down the street, you knew the single parents, the parents that had no kids, it's like you knew everybody that lived there. And today we live in a society that like we don't know our neighbor, we don't know our mailman, you don't know your garbage man. Like I know all these people, bro. I have relationships with all these people. So for anybody trying to become a social media warrior, I would say fix your own neighborhood first before you try to save the world. Because if you can't even take care of the people that are right next door to you, why do you think I give a shit about your opinion on another country? Okay? Or the events going on somewhere else when you can't even tell me what's going on in your backyard?
Absolutely. It's, and so many, and a lot of them, all they doing is just doing it for, look at me, look what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing, to help these impoverished people or whatever hell there's the reasoning behind their bullshit, But I agree. And actually, since I moved it back out in the country, I know more of my neighbors now than I did when I lived in town, which is crazy. Right. The kids that live across the street, their great grandpa, I was over here. I got my well put in today, so I got to get it wired up and let it run for 24 hours. But then I'll have water no matter what. I don't have to worry about no water bill, no nothing. It's about $10,000, but hey, but
it'll pay for itself over,
Oh yeah, it's absolutely going to pay for itself. Absolutely, because them water bills get up quick and add up quick, and you mess around and fill up your swimming pool or a hot tub or something like that, and watch that water bill go boom.
Yeah, no kidding, huh?
So, but it's like he came over there and was just checking out and seeing what's going on and everything. It's pretty cool. Like everybody right around this little area, I know probably half of them now, just within in a short period of time. And slowly, I know my, like you said, the mailman. I know that's what made me think about it. It was like I know the mailman. He come up there and shook my hand and I was like, "Hey, my name." Told me his name. I told my name and stuff. Hey, you need any help? Just let me know if I need to do something. He was really, you ain't gonna get that. You don't get that anywhere else.
Right. Yeah, man. You gotta take care of your own. Your own backyard first before you try to save the world. You got all these, you know who the mafia is, man. They're out there every weekend protesting, all throwing a fit, you know, Iran, Israel, Ukraine, Mexico, like these motherfuckers are so crazy. Like they don't even.
It just changes. And then if you actually talk to any of them that own all them protests and everything, they have no idea truly what they're in protest or anything about anything whatsoever. Right. They don't even know what countries are or continents or like, right. Nothing, man. It's wild. It's wild to see that, like the I don't know, the idiocracy of it all, really, of these people that or stupidity of them. And it's just I don't know what the exact correct word I guess you'd say on it. because they have no sense or no book sense, no common sense, no nothing. Just like, hey, they're told to go over here and
they're just drones. That's what they are. They're just drones that just follow.
NPCs.
Yep, non-playable characters, bro.
They're NPCs. That's and that's what they're being used as. They're being used as fodder, and they get hurt or whatever happens. The powers that be, well, right. They did what we needed them to do. You're doing what you're supposed to do. You're over there, and they get all emotional and everything. And it's like, do you actually, use common sense? And like, there's a lot of effed up stuff going on in the world, and nothing's perfect. But, this switching and forget them other people. F for Ukraine, like we hadn't said nothing about Ukraine in a while. Them poor bastards, I can't even fly my Ukraine flag no more, Jamie. It's it's not the end thing to do.
Right.
We're like 4 flags down from that. We can't. That's sold 2 weeks ago, and I just can't.
Well, like, and I'm gonna tell you, man, and I'm there's people who probably hate me for saying this, but
oh, here we go. Let me mark it. I'm gonna mark on my thing here. Here we go. I'm gonna put another short out of. But Jamie said people are gonna hate me. I'll rip a short of it.
If you're an American citizen that believes in the freedom of America and the values of which this country was founded on, and you try to say that the Constitution stands for everything and, we live by the rule, but your online social media handles and profiles are riddled with foreign flags, there's nothing that you can say or come out of your mouth that I give 2 flying fucks about. Okay? So when you wear your foreign pin, whether it's a Jewish pin, a Palestinian pin, a Mexican pin, a Ukraine pin, I don't care. I don't want to hear from you. I don't give a shit about anything you have to say, because in America, I fly an American flag in front of my house. I stand up and pledge the allegiance to the United States of America. And that's just full stop. We are so worried about shit going on everywhere else in the world except for here. And I think that right there needs to change. When Donald Trump came out with the platform of America First, he nailed the fucking hammer on the head. And here we are out here doing the fucking dirty business of every other shit going on right now. Okay? Now, if we're doing all this, to go back to your video before where we're securing a hemisphere for the United States, by God, the Monroe Doctrine, I'm in. Our hemisphere, our side of the continent, it's the only thing that matters because they're the people that physically touch us. I don't care about your shit over there. Don't tell me about it. Your pin, don't comment on my shit, man. I hate seeing these people make their nasty fucking comments about something you say, and then you jump on their page and it's like, gay flag, Palestinian flag, Ukraine flag. I'm done with them, Ricky. I can't. I hate people. No,
yeah,
I'm tired of people, bro. I'm tired. I drive down the interstate the other day. The people that are protesting the National Guard in Memphis and their weekly No Kings protest, whatever the fuck you call them, that are over Shady Grove and 40 in Memphis. I drove by there a couple weeks ago, and they had a fucking Mexican flag hanging up. And I'm just like, why? We're in America. You are a white woman with blonde fucking hair. Drones. Somebody told them, and they marched right out there like little robots.
White extreme liberal women just, are the most racist damn people in the whole damn world.
Bro,
They
Democrats
sit there and
are the
think
most
about.
racist.
I don't want to put. Like I said, I don't want to put all of them because there's some that kind of floating around, on the edge. There's a lot on. They're more centric now, especially now. But the extreme left, liberal, far, and there's some effed up far right too, no doubt. But the ones that are getting the most voice, I'd say, is the far left liberal woman who thinks they're better than everybody. Like the whole thing with the ID and stuff for voting, and they turn around and it's like, well, because black people can't they don't have a way to use a computer. They don't know how to use a computer. They don't know how to do this. I'm like, so you're saying they're just lesser than you because you're so great. Like how are they getting away with saying such racist shit in the whole wide world? It don't make and they're getting the pass because, well, they're Democrats, so they get the pass of saying the most racist shit in the whole fucking world. Uh-oh, you got muted on your mic there, on your head. Or something.
Can you not hear me?
Oh, there you go. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, my God, I was about to panic. Look, I can tell you at my gym, all the black guys that we work out with all got passports. We all do. Everybody in the gym does. Guess what, Democrats? Black people have passports. African Americans, whatever you want to call, I call them black Americans. They have driver's license. You know why? Because they're smart. Because they don't break the law. Because they know what they're doing. To hear people say, there's just such a large population that just doesn't have access. Where? In rural fucking America where you got to drive 90 miles to get somewhere? Bullshit, bro. Memphis got like 5 different offices all over the town, and Mata runs all over this city. And there are a couple days a week, if I'm not mistaken right now, that are free for you to ride. Mm-hmm. So, no, man, quit buying in to weak-ass white women and their feelings. Oh my God, these poor
Yankee Free. I'll probably still go on for another hour. Jamie's about to get out of here, but I'm gonna keep on going.
Oh, Ricky will be here, man.
I'll be here. I got lots of stuff. I got music. I got random my folder. I still got to do the cat videos at the end.
Oh,
we still got to do that. Yeah, so you're gonna have to have it like on the screen or the side so you can watch the cat videos, Jamie, while you're shooting people.
I will.
Hey, did you see before you get out of here? We're almost at, I know we're almost that time.
Real quick, clarify when you say before I'd start going shooting people that I'm not actually out popping people out in the street. Okay?
He had a bunch of people across the street making noise, so he might.
That's different.
I just might pop off for real. I'm gonna look on my phone and go like, ding, like. If it does,
listen, when you see Blackwood News in Memphis in front of my house, you know some shit went down, son.
I'm going live as soon as I see it, where everybody will be able to see it too. Jamie, here is Jamie Grant.
Oh my God!
We're just going to blame it on your Tourette's. That's all we're going to do. That's all you do when you go in there and say, "Hey, I have Tourette's. I can't help it." Hell, that one guy that stabbed that woman in the bus, hell, he got out of it. So, hell, you can get away with it. Say Tourette's, dude.
They aren't going to prosecute that guy under criminal law. They're going after him doesn't have the capacity to stand trial. What the motherfuck?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Look, bro, I'm going to go back to the philosophy of this. Wild West. Same day court, you see a motherfucker do something, he gets convicted, he gets executed.
But I can see that. But to get back on the ID thing, did you see the Obama library? They're getting mad because they turn around and they're making them to prove that you're an Illinois citizen, you got to show your ID to get in there free. So they're actually showing you got to have an ID.
Oh my God!
But not to vote, but to get into a library. The Obama library. Yeah. Have you seen that yet?
No.
Oh, that's great. They're not exactly happy right now, but yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, to get into the Obama library, the big ugly ass building had built or whatever, to honor his legacy as a president, to prove that you are an Illinois citizen, you had to show your ID. And they're mad because that don't stay with the Democrat view on voter ID right now. So it kind of contradicts their mentality. So it's great, man. Yeah, check that out while you're.
Wow. Oh, all the crazy in the world, man. And I'm going to tell you, man, I still think Memphis. Hang on. Memphis has been very lucky in the years where we've had these different incidents that have happened, and Memphis has not burned. Like when you look at these other cities across the nation, Chicago, St. Louis,
No
Atlanta,
doubt.
Memphis has been very lucky for a predominantly black city that has had, the issues that it's had. We've not gone there. But my fear is that with this ramping up of the National Guard in Memphis and the federal agents that are here, and apparently they're putting even more National Guard on the ground in Memphis, is that we're going to have an incident pop off in this city, because over the last few weeks, what people don't know is this shit going on downtown is getting bigger, man. Like these kids coming out, man, 200, 300, 400 deep throughout the city in different parts. It just happened in another city 2 nights ago or whatever, man. In North Carolina, 21-year-old Marine gets stabbed and dies, during this big mass teenage takeover where all these fucknut kids that have no direction in life go out and just fuck up a bunch of shit, start jumping up on down on cars. I'm going to tell you, listen, if you from Memphis and I'm out somewhere and you come and jump on my car and start kicking in my windshield, I'm dumping the full fucking mag in you, okay? Because I don't know what you're capable of and I don't know what you're doing, all right? End of story. Go already, because it's happening. Like, it's bullshit. And we allow this shit to continue to happen, and all we're doing is setting ourselves up for a bigger fall. Started out, we got to let everybody out of jail. Started out, well, now all these kids are fucking shit up, but they're just kids. They just need more programs. Make excuses for them. Nah, bro. Nah. Not going to deal with it no more, Ricky Pike. We need to stop allowing this shit going on. I think, in my opinion, that there needs to be some parent accountability. If you're allowing your fucking 14, 15, 16-year-old kid to run the streets at 1 a.m., they're on fucking Bill Street at 1 a.m. in the morning, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I'm done rambling about odd shit.
Well, do your here comes a raid. We're getting raided again. 2 raids in one night. Go ahead and let her.
Man, Adaptability Home
yourself.
Services. Whitney came up with this great idea for a business that we're still pushing out there, still trying to get our name out there in front of more people. Home care, non-medical home care services for people that need dementia care, respite care, elderly care, companion care. Man, look, if you need somebody to come over and kick grandma's ass at Scrabble, I can make that happen, with a smile, of course. I'm not always evil. Whitney is in the process of dropping a brand new podcast, Wits Grit. For people that don't know, man, her entire online life just got wiped. Facebook and Instagram both shut her down. We found out that her phone number, we had to change her phone number last year. And her new number apparently was tied to 2 other accounts that were still active and people posting on. And whatever the fuck these people did, got their account shut down and got all of Whitney's accounts shut down. So, man, we're going through a full process. They've already told us we're not giving it back. You're permanently banned. But through my research and digging, I found a bunch of emails that actually get us through to a real person instead of dealing with their AI bullshit. So hopefully we can get her podcast back up, get her social media pages back up so that we can successfully roll out her podcast. Um, Chase Mann is going to be on it, man. Super excited to hear from him. Did you reach out to AJ? Did he respond? Okay. I'm confident. Right. I'm pretty confident that AJ Cunningham is going to respond to as well. He's got a fight this weekend down in Florida. We got a ballerina, professional ballerina from New York City that's going to be on. She's got some freaking para athlete that's going to be on. Man, she's hitting it out there hard, man. Got a bunch of people she's going to be talking to. So I'm always promoting her and her biggest cheerleader, man. So, promoting businesses, man. I'm just trying to promote her and what she's got going on. Miss Wheelchair Tennessee 2026, man. We're going to Milwaukee, Michigan, Grand Rapids. I don't know where the fuck we're going. That's why she keeps up with everything. But in August, we're going up there for a Miss Wheelchair America competition. It's going to be a lot of fun. Hope y'all follow that journey. She needs sponsors. So if you guys want to get on board, I'm Jamie 2Gs, JAMIE, the number 2GS across all social media platforms. Feel free to reach out, man. Every couple dollars that she gets helps out, man. We're going to be footing this bill on our own. So any donations, sponsorships we can pick up along the way, we'd appreciate it. But at the end of the day, man, got Attitude Fight coming up eventually. We'll talk about that later down the road. It don't matter. But yeah, man, just Mem Pops is kicking. We're already busy there. Mem Pops, the pop that rocks.
It's warmed up already.
Handmade, handcrafted. Overton Park on the weekends. We're at the zoo. We're all over the place. It's the best popsicle in town, man.
Hell yeah.
But Ricky Pike, man, we love you, bro. We love what you do. Keep doing what you do. And let me know when you want to jump on that Saturday noon program, and let's work that Rumble out and get it fixed, because Whitney's looking for some tools as well, so that may be another thing that she can use for her podcast. But she's going to buy the Riverside app, so we're going to end up on
Yeah, like I said, Riverside's cool. Like I said, for bang for buck, I don't know especially with the AI, like the AI tools it gives you, like especially if you just do the regular program, the pro whatever, and doing the shorts and stuff like that, where it pulls out shorts for you automatically and stuff like that. And especially if you mark stuff along the show, it does a really good job on that. It tells you like how good of a, like it give you like a 99. This video will do really well. This one's kind of like a 70, so it might do okay, kind of thing.
Right.
So, but no, it's pretty good. Like I said, I'm playing with the Rumble Studio. I had to run through it to try to stay on the premium creator program, so I'm playing with it more and figuring out how to make them two work together, because there's sometimes Riverside and Rumble Studio butt heads. So I'm knock on wood. I might have figured out a workaround, and so I can keep on not fighting with that. So, and as always, we're gonna keep on rolling. We're not stopping, so don't go nowhere. Especially for the brand new show. Everybody's here from the raid. We're not stopping no time soon. At least another hour, I imagine. Who knows? If the chat gets going good,
maybe even longer.
I can talk shit all night. So,
well, keep on kicking, Ricky Pike. We'll see you soon, my brother.
All right, man. Take care.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, Don, I see you in the YouTube chat. Yeah, I thought about doing a solar panel. I got some solar panels and everything. Actually set up a set over there just for the well. That way it'd be on its own circuit. I thought about that, but step by step, we're going to get there. Should be fun. I guess I'm going to pull back out the politics, I guess, for a second. I'm going to show some tech videos. We'll get back on politics in just a second. Y'all know that. I got the tech videos. I got some interesting stuff on that. See what y'all think. Then I got the random. Of course, I got the cat videos at the end. So you got to stay to the end, especially for the brand new ones that haven't been here. We got feel-good videos at the end. So cat videos, dogs, kids, whatever. Just stuff that keeps on make you feel good, smile. After all the chaos in the world, we got to have some good stuff. You can, but I'll have to get with you, Jason, because I'll tell you what I'm having, because I think it's just a certain time frame. If I do it in the middle of the day, I don't have no trouble, but at night, sometimes it's just, I think the servers are overloaded, or that I think they kick out. Because if I try to do RTMP, sometimes it might work, sometimes it might not. Yeah, I don't know, but yeah. But let me see. Let me share this. Let me go on down here. This random stuff, random tech videos, random information for a second. Then we'll get back to serious talk. Like I said, I don't like talking gloom and doom. Bro. Let's see if I can. Let me make me small. There we go. I like that better. All right.
This is not a joke. Claude Code has been leaked by Anthropic. Let me explain to you what this means and what actually happened. It sounds like it's fake, but it's not. Validated by good old Grok. At 4 a.m., Anthropic pushed a new update. Cool, normal, not a big deal, but the problem is they added a debug file, but it wasn't a small one. It was one with 500,000 lines of code. Private source code, basically the whole brain behind Claude Code. And the internet moves fast. A young kid out of Korea instantly downloaded that file and put it out online public. So the big question is, how long before we don't have to spend $200 on a Claude Code Max plan? Because that would be quite nice. And the internet does what the internet does. It was instantly cloned, ready? 44,000 times. I guess Anthropic now is open source. That's literally what that means. It is now open to the public. All of the brains behind Claude Code is now available to the public for anybody else to use. And here's the crazy part. This happened without anybody at Anthropic even noticing. And then they woke up in the morning and went, why the hell is our source code available to the public? So the conspiracy theorist in me thinks that's the second leak over the last 2 weeks. Weren't they just having some issues with the good old GOV? Could this be an internal leak, intentional? I don't know. We'll get back to what happened. So the first thing is they tried to troubleshoot the major thing and send DMCAs to everybody, which basically means is we're about to sue your ass. So one of these young guys, brilliant minds, says, wait, I'm getting sued by Anthropic. Why don't I just take all of the source code and rewrite it in Python and call it Claude Code? And now it's completely legal because it is not the original source code. It's rewritten in Python. But then he's like, hey, you know what? Why don't I just rewrite it in Rust, which is a completely different environment and language? And now we have that available. So here's the punchline. Anthropic built an AI inside to make sure that it doesn't leak any code. And then guess what? It actually leaked its own source code. You literally can't script this. Well, actually, they did script it, and then they shipped it to all of us. And then one developer jumped on, rebuilt it in another language, and now everybody can use it in the whole world. And it also, AI is quietly erasing copyright. This is not a joke.
Free AI is always, I think, will be better. Not spend $30, $40, $50 like some people. Some are $300, $400. Like, holy crap. Some people are paying to have the access. I don't pay for AI, I won't lie. I ain't doing all that. I do for a lot, but. Then you got Google over here dropping Gamma 4 for free.
Hi, my name is Olivier, and I'm a group product manager on the Gemma team. Since we launched our first models, the developer community has absolutely blown us away. Over 400 million downloads, over 100,000 variants. You've built a vibrant ecosystem around Gemma, and we could not be more grateful. We've listened very closely to what you wanted next, and today we are thrilled to announce Gemma 4. Built from the same world-class research and technology behind Gemini 3, Gemma 4 is our family of open models designed to run directly on the hardware you own, phone, laptops, and desktop. For the first time ever, we are releasing Gemma under an open source Apache 2.0 license. Gemma 4 is built for the agentic era. It can handle complex logic, multi-step planning, and agentic workflows, making optimal use of tokens for its intelligence. The bigger model performs well with a context window of up to 250,000 tokens, allowing you to analyze entire code bases and do multi-turn agentic use cases. It features native support for tool use, allowing you to build agents that plan and act on your behalf. Let's break down the model family now. First, a 26B mixture of experts and a 31B dense models. These provide frontier intelligence directly on your personal computer. You can run state-of-the-art local reasoning and coding pipeline without needing to upload data outside of your control environment. The 26B MOE with 3.8 billion activated parameters is exceptionally fast, while 31B is optimized for output quality. Then we have our effective 2B and effective 4B models. Engineered for maximum memory efficiency, this model brings a whole new level of intelligence to mobile and IoT devices. With combined audio and vision support for real-time processing, they can see and hear the world. All of this while natively supporting over 140 languages. Now, let's test our effective 2B on multilingual and agentic tasks. Hey Gemma, est-ce que tu peux trouver un restaurant français à San Francisco? Please reply to me in English. Amazing, we have a winner. As open models become more central to enterprise infrastructure, security is paramount. Developed by Google DeepMind, Gemma 4 undergoes the same rigorous security protocols as our proprietary models, giving enterprise and developer a trusted foundation to build on top of. We want you to be able to use Gemma 4 with the tools you already know and love. You can download the weights and start experimenting today. We cannot wait to see what you create next.
There's more ways, though. They connect your phone to everything else. You can get the White House Gov app, too, that way they can track you every 4 minutes. Don't forget that one. You got to make sure you get that app, too, on top of everything else. It's kind of interesting. They asked AI what it was like to be AI. Kind of weird little video. Yeah, 33, Jason. That's pretty cool. Especially lately. Lately it's been kind of light on me too. So it's like, hey. I was like, man, I've done something wrong or something. I don't know. What am I saying wrong? This was just kind of cool. Y'all know me. I like showing cool stuff too. Kind of. Yeah, that out there. They're going to dock me. You're not allowed to be in certain countries. But it's a drone show of the Titanic. Nice, Jason. But them drone shows, it just makes me wonder, like, these are what they're showing us. The possibilities they can do, and what are the possibilities they not showing us? Probably like Spider-Man, you know. Yeah, the holidays too. Last month I was light though. I didn't even make my minimums. I didn't make my minimum hours last month on Rumble. I had everything else. I had all the recording hours, all that fun stuff. So I don't know. It happens. It happens. Here you go. Somebody 3D printed tubes for a potato gun, basically. Pretty neat what the guy gets up to once he puts some pressure and like changes to what it actually gets to. Pretty weird sound. You hear that coming at you. I will be looking off of that thing. That thing actually didn't go pow. Just a weird ass sound. What's up, a Watchman? Yeah, look, there she is. What's up, Victoria and Kippen? Playing from down under. Second, he's gonna make a projectile with him this time. You wouldn't want to get hit by it. Yeah, that one. That would hurt. And a cool thing, like, yeah, he pulls back out and he That's crazy. Jason said he wants to shoot it. Let me shoot it. Let me shoot it. Yeah, I thought it was kind of cool. This right here, we talked about the Tesla's driving itself, which is kind of scary. But this right here, actually, it helped. Check this out. They couldn't see nothing. The Tesla's driving itself. It actually swerved and stopped and kept them from wrecking. And kind of backed up and like, let me get out of the way. Crazy. Yeah, Matt saw it even has rifling. He put 3D printed rifling for it. That's wild. Yes, conspiracy. Yes, a 3D. It's just a regular pipe like you do a potato gun or something like that, but a 3D printed rifling for it. That'd be freaky, Jason, having been shot over my head. Dude, wrong direction. This is kind of cool. Like I said, Neuralink has me worried, but Neuralink actually and AI actually got this where he's able to use his own voice, even though
voice similar to your own. So I want to talk about 11 Labs and helping create a voice similar to your own. I love this use of AI, and I'd never thought about it before meeting you. I'm sure it makes a difference for your whole family to have a voice that actually sounds like Dad. What did it feel like hearing your own voice again through AI, and how important is voice to identity?
I love talking about this because it's one of those AI uses that touches the heart. Using 11 Labs to create a voice that sounds like my old dad voice has been such a beautiful gift. My family can now hear me in videos or messages in a tone that feels familiar and warm instead of the robotic synthesizers we used before. It makes a real difference for my wife, kids, and everyone who knows me. It keeps that personal connection alive. Truth is, nobody really likes to hear their own voice. I had actually gotten pretty used to the robotic voice I was using before. So hearing the AI version of my old voice wasn't really that emotional for me personally. I used 11 Labs standard voice clone service. I made some recordings with my iPhone, but the first version came out pretty noisy. I hired a guy on Upwork to clean up the audio, and this is the final result we got. What has made it worthwhile is seeing how happy people who knew my original voice react when they hear it now. That reaction from family and friends makes the effort totally worth it. Voice is a huge part of identity. It carries your personality, your humor, your love. Losing it with ALS felt like losing a piece of who I am. Getting a version of it back through AI helps restore that.
Do you feel like AI is becoming part of how you communicate and think?
Absolutely. AI is becoming part of how I communicate, but not how I think. It's a tool that translates my thoughts into words and voice faster and more naturally than I could do on my own right now. My mind is still 100% me. The AI just helps me share it with the world.
Yeah, his head's kind of moving just a little bit. His mouth barely. It's kind of, I don't know. That'd be a terrible sight to be able to be in that situation. I feel for him. Like, have your whole mentality and mindset is good, but nothing else works. Yeah, man, it could be terrible. And then we got.
So I want to talk about.
And our next product is Blind Sight, which will enable those who have total loss of vision, including if they've lost their eyes or the optic nerve, or maybe have never seen, or even blind from birth, to be able to see again. Initially low resolution, but ultimately very high resolution, and then in multiple wavelengths. So you could be like Geordi LaForge in Star Trek, and you can see in radar, you can see in infrared, ultraviolet, superhuman capabilities, cybernetic enhancement. And
that'd be wild. Hey, James, you can be a superhuman. Yeah, I mean, it is. I see what you're saying, Jay. It is kind of creepy and everything. Yeah, it is, Tom. I mean, being able to get your old voice back, and after a situation happened, or how he got into that point of how he was, it's cool. Like I said, that what we talked about before on here, like the technology is amazing. Like it could really help people. Like Neuralink could really help people. My concern is, like many others' concern, is like, okay, what else are we going to do with it on top of that? We are a society of evil as people, and for every 2 good things we do with something, we got to do 10 that's bad. It's that is true. That is true. The poor guy could have been laying there thinking, I didn't say any of that, but he couldn't say nothing because that's what it was saying. It was saying for him. Man, that would be terrible. That would be terrible. Like if like this thing is saying all kinds of messed up stuff that you haven't said. Man, you had a good point, Victorian cryptid. Yeah, Monique, they probably, maybe so. It'd be like RoboCop and having soldiers, super soldiers, if they don't already. This was kind of interesting. I seen this. The CIA just used ghost murmur to find an American pilot, hiding in the mountain by detecting his heartbeat. Not his phone, not a tracker, not a radio signal, his heartbeat. Lockheed Martin Skunk Works built it. They've been talking about they've been dropping some technology they wasn't planning on using till many years. It was classified, and then wasn't planning on bringing it out till many years lately. So it's point we're getting in. I'll play this one. It's kind of cool. This is just cool for the techies, the nerds. Kind of new trend. Make you a little cool, little personalized computer with a Raspberry Pi computers. Making cool little cases. I ain't trying to look at that screen that small. That's what messed my eyes up, I think. Looking at that screen for most of my life. I ain't trying to be looking at the little screen like that to do work. Crazy. I got a couple random videos. I don't know if I'm going to play that last one or not. And then we'll get back serious again for a little bit. Then we'll get back serious, and then we'll have fun. And as always, like when I start, especially when I'm music one, if I play something, if it comes up and kicks me off YouTube for a second, just hang out. I'll be back. And then of course Rumble, I'm bootlegging through YouTube, so actually Rumble would actually kick me off. It'll show kicked off. So just hang out. Just give it a second. It'll be back. But yeah, check this out.
They found that some of the longest living humans had high cholesterol levels.
Yeah, that's right. That's what the Sweden study found, for example. The paper just published a year or so ago. What were some of the most consistent themes? They had good glucose control and high cholesterol. I'm a great defender of cholesterol. It is a molecule of life. And so much depends on it. Mitochondria, for example. Mitochondria have to have a cholesterol molecule in them in order to work, like the very powerhouse of the cell. And the more you lower cholesterol through, say, drug interventions, the more you compromise the mitochondria. The sex hormones, all sex hormones are built on cholesterol. It's no surprise if someone takes a cholesterol-lowering medication, their sex hormones go down. This is why some men experience such terrible loss of libido, because he's becoming low testosterone because of the war on cholesterol.
But there's good and bad cholesterol, right?
Well, that's, as the story goes, yes, people will say LDL cholesterol is the bad cholesterol, and yet that gets included in these studies of longevity. So I think the good and bad aspect of it is not entirely fair or accurate. We need LDL. And LDL is just as much a component of the immune system. LDL actually helps the body fight infections. So it's also an unsung hero of immunity.
There is research suggesting that in very old age, high cholesterol levels do not always correlate with higher mortality. And in some studies may even be linked to longer life.
Exactly.
Again, I think that everything we've been taught, truly everything we were taught in high school, especially my generation, was a lie. I've had that happen, Don, where they turn around. My good cholesterol was low, my bad cholesterol was high, and I'm like, I'm good. I'm not sick. I'm good. Well, your vitamin D level is low. Well, because it's winter time, and I haven't been out in the sun that much. It'll be all right. It will be all right. This is one interesting. I guess I need to put this disclaimer. I'm not a doctor, and this is for your entertainment purposes. YouTube. I'm not agreeing with this. Just showing videos. All right, there we go.
They found that some of the
Have you heard of Alzheimer's disease? It's a physician-caused disease. Mark my words. Mark my words. In the next 2 years, maybe even next week, it'll pop up in the newspaper. There's more than enough information to prove that it's a physician-caused disease. Alzheimer's disease is a disease that did not occur, even by another name, 40 years ago. It only became recognized as a disease in 1979, 25 years ago. Today, it's the number 4 killer of adults over the age of 65, behind, well, I have to throw in doctors now. Doctors, cardiovascular disease, cancer, diabetes, and Alzheimer's disease. Now, our brains are made up of 75% a fatty insulation material called myelin. How many of you heard of myelin? Good. Well, myelin is this fatty insulation material in the brain. How many of you are eating a brain sandwich, brain and egg sandwich? Oh, you haven't lived until you eat a brain sandwich. It is good. A little bit of onion and mustard. I mean, there's nothing better than a brain sandwich. It's real cheap now because everybody's afraid of, mad cow disease. So I buy more brains and I eat it. At any rate, this myelin makes up 75% of our brain weight. It's so important to the animal and human brain. Myelin is 75% of our brain weight. And myelin is 100% cholesterol.
100% cholesterol. I don't know. I'm not sure why I don't call it dementia. What's the difference in Alzheimer's and dementia? Or feel good video. Oh, I can't get the music. Gotta hit Chuck. Gotta hit Chuck Norris. Rest in peace, Chuck. Poor E.T. Not Han. I like to smile at the end. That's the funny part. He just grinning. Ooh, it went back around. For the Easter Sunday, thought this was kind of cool. In Austria, they ignite milk cans to create loud booms to drive away winter spirits and welcome spring. I had to share this one. The cannon sounding going on. Just put my foot on it. No big deal. So if y'all hadn't fired your cannons off to ward away spirits, might need to. Get you a muzzle loader or something, shoot it off a couple times. I have my random folder. Pick up this thing. Hidden behind it. Turn that volume down. A knight fighting a dragon there. It's hidden by the paint for over 380 years. I wonder why they covered it up, I wonder. Curiosities. Oh yeah, you know, I want to go get some toilet paper. There's going to be a rush on toilet paper, I think. I don't know. A disgruntled employee started a massive fire and burned up 1.2 million square feet of toilet paper. Yeah, he wasn't happy.
You had to do was pay us enough to live. Should have paid us enough to fucking live. You know, we may not get paid enough to fucking live, but these bitches dirt cheap. All you had to do was pay us enough to live. All you had to do was pay us enough to fucking live. All you had to do was pay us enough to live. There goes your inventory.
Pissed off the wrong guy, I guess. Or it just wasn't his day. Yeah. And I was like, well, quit. I don't understand that part. I'm like, have you not? If it, you know, if you're that miserable there, quit. Get out of there. I guess I'll play this dumb woman here. And for everybody to know, you know, understand that grass lawns are racist.
I can't stop thinking about how grass lawns are racist and like based in white supremacy. If that doesn't make sense, that's okay, I guess. It seems really obvious to me. It's really upsetting. Bring back weeds. Bring back clover yards. Look, can anything just be okay in its natural state, or do we just have to whitewash everything, make it a competition, and use it as a sign of your worth as a human being in society? Like, can we just have weeds? I can't.
I don't know. I'm going to get in trouble. You want to leave stuff in its natural state, but then don't recognize natural states of people. But yeah, the company's got insurance. Of course, they're going to have to take a little while to get their stockpiles back up. But yeah, crazy. Crazy. Yeah, let me scroll to the bottom.
Of where billions of California tax dollars intended to solve homelessness ended up. California has spent more than $24 billion over the last 5 years with little to no progress in solving our homelessness epidemic. California state officials failed to provide meaningful oversight over the individuals who received most of these funds, and they had little to no answers to the public's demand for accountability. Well, that accountability starts today. Today, we are announcing significant developments into our investigation. we're making public 2 criminal cases relating to 2 separate real estate developers who were involved in misappropriating millions of state funds intended to combat homelessness. This morning, federal agents arrested Cody Holmes, a 31-year-old Beverly Hills resident and the former CFO of Shangri-La Industries, a downtown LA-based developer of affordable housing, for defrauding the Home Key program that is administered by the state of California. The program awarded grant money, which included federal tax dollars, for specific projects to convert motels into housing for the homeless and to operate the units. By April of 2022, Shangri-La Industries, where Holmes was the CFO, had co-applied with multiple California cities to convert numerous properties in California, including a location in Thousand Oaks. The state asked for proof that the company had the financial capacity to build all the projects. In response, Holmes and Shangri-La knowingly submitted fake bank statements which claimed to show that developer had about $160 million on deposit. Not only were the bank statements fake, our investigation shows that Shangri-La and its affiliates had nowhere near the amount of money they claimed they had in the fake.
Yeah, it's crazy. I agree, Ghost Star. We do need to save the bees and watch out. That's like when I did my property over here. I did turn around and got. I left as many trees and stuff as I could, but I don't know. He must have pissed out the wrong tiny hat. And then our friends in California, gas prices.
We are paying on average $2 a gallon more than the national average for drivers across the nation. And an expert on the oil and gas industry told me the math behind California's gas prices doesn't add up. In fact, prices vary widely across the state. Take a look at this station in Big Sur. Regular unleaded will now cost you nearly $9.50 per gallon, with drivers paying almost $10 for premium. Here in the Bay Area, prices aren't quite that high yet, but they are hovering around $6 a gallon.
Out of pocket, 100%. I definitely see it. I'm just like, oh my God.
It's a daily struggle for local drivers and sticker shock for visitors. This man says regular gas was $2.30 a gallon when he left home in Oklahoma City.
And I'd hate to add everything up to see what I spent on gas.
The war in Iran and its effect on the key shipping lane for so much oil is fueling the overall jump at the pump nationwide. But drivers say that doesn't explain why it's so much more here. We asked the experts.
About half of that is due to higher taxes and environmental fees and the higher cost of producing California's cleaner burning gasoline.
Dr. Severin Borenstein is faculty director of UC Berkeley's Haas Energy Institute, and he has a name for the extra buck you pay in California.
The difference is what I call the mystery gasoline surcharge.
Dr. Borenstein says before 2015, when a refinery closed in Torrance, California's gas prices were largely in line with the national average, with another 90 cents to a buck tacked on for our state's gas taxes and environmental costs. But with prices now $2 above the average, the math makes no sense even to the experts.
Since 2015, California's additional payments for gasoline above what's justified by taxes and environmental costs is amounts to over $60 billion.
Dr. Borenstein says limited refining capacity and the state's specially mixed cleaner burning fuel account for about a third of that extra dollar.
Most of the differential actually occurs downstream, somewhere in the distribution, marketing, and retailing of the gasoline.
Now the state has impaneled a new California Energy Commission division to investigate the so-called mystery surcharge.
Yeah, I think 100% investigate it. If we're paying more for no reason or we don't even understand why we're paying more, 100% investigate it.
California also lost a large oil refinery last year near LA, and the Valero refinery in Benicia is set to close this month. Dr. Borenstein says the loss of those two refineries and uncertainty around the state's ability to get other oil imports could lead to even higher gas prices here. In San Jose, Tom Jensen, NBC Bay Area News.
You know what you want to hear? $6.45, Matzo. Man, paid. I think my last tank I paid was $2.59. But I had to drive and find that. I seen $2.69 today. I should have filled up with that. I didn't. I still got between a quarter and a half. I'll be all right. It's one of the things like, man, he just kind of like, man, we're going to find it okay for the times price, or just go ahead and fill up, as soon as you can, because you never know what tomorrow's going to bring. Oh, hell.
We are paying on average
Our great
I'm curious what Jason Barker's got to say on this one.
republic was founded on a simple yet bold idea. Our rights as citizens are not granted to us by government, but instead by God. 250 years ago, the Revolutionary War was fought to secure our God-given rights. The Second Amendment to our Constitution enshrines the right of all citizens to carry weapons to protect themselves, their families, and their fellow countrymen. The War Department's uniformed service members are trained at the highest and unwavering standards. These warfighters, entrusted with the safety of our nation, are no less entitled to exercise their God-given right to keep and bear arms than any other American. Our warfighters defend the right of others to carry. They should be able to carry themselves. Recent events like what happened at Fort Stewart, Holloman Air Force Base, or Pensacola Naval Air Station have made clear that some threats are closer to home than we would like. In these instances, minutes are a lifetime, and our service members have the courage and training to make those precious short minutes count. Before today, it was virtually impossible. Most people probably don't know this. It was virtually impossible for War Department personnel to get permission to carry and store their own personal weapons aligned with the state laws where we operate our installations. I mean, effectively, our bases across the country were gun-free zones. Unless you're training or unless you are a military policeman, you couldn't carry, you couldn't bring your own firearm for your own personal protection onto post. Well, that's no longer. The memo I'm signing today directs installation commanders to allow requests for personal protection to carry a privately owned firearm, with the presumption that it is necessary for personal protection. If a request is for some reason denied, the reason for that denial will be in writing and will explain in detail the basis for that direction. Again, the presumption is service members will be able to have their Second Amendment right on post. Not all enemies are foreign, nor are they all outside our borders. Some are domestic. Confirming your God-given right to self-protection is what I'm signing into action today, and I'm proud to do so.
I had a feeling, Jason. I had a feeling it'd be a little much to chat. It'd be a hell of a text there. Yeah, I had a feeling. Cuba's releasing prisoners. I guess in the positive thing on all the crazy world going on.
Said it was closely monitoring whether those it deems to be political prisoners would be among those freed. That has long been a major sticking point in negotiations between Washington and Havana. Reuters spoke with several who'd been pardoned of common crimes ranging from theft to bribery, but none had been involved in anti-government protests. I'm thankful for this gesture, says Harold Baez. It gives me the chance to rebuild my life and rejoin society. More than 2,000 prisoners are set to be released as part of what Cuba's state-run media has called a sovereign and humanitarian gesture, the largest such amnesty in 10 years. The release of all or the majority of political prisoners would be seen as a major concession on Cuba's part in the ongoing talks between the two countries. Human rights groups, some financed by the US government, say Cuba is holding hundreds of political prisoners, with estimates varying, and promise scrutiny of the prisoner release process. Cuba has repeatedly denied it holds political prisoners. Authorities say those jailed during anti-government protests are found guilty of crimes, including public disorder, resisting arrest, robbery, and vandalism.
Yeah, I'm surprised he did it too, Jason. I'm kind of Appreciate it, Euro. For sure. Hit that like and follow. You never know when I'll pop up and do a live stream during the day. So yeah, make sure you hit that follow, and gonna be fun. Socialism does not work. History has proved that over and over again. No matter what people try, it does not work. Theo Vaughn on Joe Rogan was pretty funny.
So when you see like how it all played out and why it is what it is today, Jesus Christ, you'd be mad too.
Yeah.
And when you're mad and you're surrounded by bigger enemies that all have nuclear weapons, you don't even have nuclear weapons, wouldn't you be trying to make them? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying Iran should have nuclear weapons. I don't think anybody should have nuclear weapons. They
But
definitely
Israel
should.
gets to have them.
Allegedly. This is the problem. Allegedly.
Everything's allegedly with them.
But allegedly. they
Except
have
for the
them.
genocide.
You know, they don't officially have them.
Right.
I don't think they admit they officially have them. And you know who is a big opponent of Israel getting nuclear weapons?
JFK.
JFK.
Hmm.
Yeah. That's what a lot of people think led back into the left.
Oh, yeah. Before they killed him, who? I don't know.
So
What'd
the
you say?
Iranian Revolution, also called the Islamic Revolution, was a math. So when you see like
Damn, that's messed up. That's messed up, Jason. We were talking about this earlier with Jamie, talking about speech.
Anti-Semitism has been rising in San Diego and across the country. That's according to Jewish organizations and hundreds of speakers at Tuesday's San Diego City Council meeting. Liat Cohen-Reese directs a local anti-Semitism task force. She says defining it is the city's first step to better fight it.
Well, we need language. We need, in order to understand what something is, we need a definition. We need the language.
Nearly everyone who spoke agreed anti-Semitism needs to be combated. They disagreed on how to define it. The city adopted the definition of the International Holocaust Remembrance Alliance, or IRA. It's been adopted by dozens of countries and cities across the U.S., including Los Angeles, Chula Vista, and El Cajon. It says anti-Semitism is, quote, a certain perception of Jews, which may be expressed as hatred. It includes 11 examples. 7 of them involve the state of Israel. Critics say the language has been used to silence criticism of Israel and support for Palestinians. One of those critics is Jewish council member Sean Elo Rivera. He says people must be allowed to both love Jewish people and speak freely against actions by the Israeli government.
A definition that cannot hold both of these things at once is not a tool for fighting anti-Semitism. It is a tool for silencing people who care about everyone.
He urged the council to consider other definitions, but he was outvoted 8-1. For more on this debate and to read the full definition, visit kpbs.org. Katie Hyson, KPBS News.
At least he tried. Yeah, it's being used. It's about to get used as a weapon against anybody that's, you know. And like we've said before on here, is like we don't have, like me and Jamie, we don't have a problem. We've had, you know, Jewish friends, and we have people we know as Jews. It's not the Jewish people, it's the government, and that's who we need to speak out about. Yeah, the government's messing up. If they're doing stupid stuff, we see Bibi just, you know, for 40 years has been saying the same crap and has this mentality of, I want to destroy Iran, and now he's getting this a chance. It's not a hate for a people, it's a despise for a government that's, you know, just blinded by the government is blinded by hatred and a goal to take over. You get the Greater Israel Act. You see it on the uniforms, the IDF uniforms. This is an interesting one here.
Oh, just
dun dun dun. Exactly. Okay, this is a dude named Mike France.
It wasn't James Lee reporting
Mike
it. but
Franco, excuse
this
me.
is the same stuff I've seen elsewhere.
Says October 10th, 2025, exactly 1 month after Kirk's death, a catastrophic explosion destroyed Building 602 at the Accurate Energetic Systems facility in McEwen, Tennessee. The blast, estimated to involve 23,000 pounds of explosives, killed 16 employees, injured several others, and registered as a 1.6 magnitude seismic event. Yo! The U.S. Chemical Safety Board confirmed the site produced cast boosters and miniaturized shaped charges for military and industrial use. Conspiracy theorists allege that AES was the manufacturer of the miniature shaped charge used in Charlie Kirk's assassination. They point to a $425,000 Department of Defense contract awarded to AES in May of 2025 for extra small anti-personnel demolition charges, possibly used in covert operations. The timing of the explosion, just weeks after Charlie Kirk's death, has fueled speculation that it was a deliberate cover-up to destroy evidence and eliminate the personnel with knowledge of the technology. So there's the pager attacks, the Lebanon pager attacks. Here's my problem with that explanation, and I'm not saying that I'm right and they're wrong.
Yeah, it's just a
my
theory.
problem is I don't see that thing exploding.
Yeah.
So that microphone, I don't see it exploding. I don't see fire coming out of it. If you have a gun and the gun goes off 6 inches from someone's neck like that, you're going to see a charge out of the gun.
That's a great point.
And if it's a small device without a barrel, something has to propel that energy, and that's an explosion. And if it explodes, you're going to see it explode, unless they've developed some sort of way of hiding that.
Which they really could have. Appreciate you being here. The 7 erm. I guess I said that right. Appreciate you being here. Hope you come back. Sunday, we got a great show coming up Sunday on the dark side of Disney. We're going to be talking about that. 7 Central Time. Going to be fun. So come back for that. I love the chat. I love the chat. Mexican, another story on Mexico. We were talking about the phones. Also, they're going away from taking cash. They're going all digital currency for gas stations, and toll booths are being nationally phased out by the end of this year. So, yeah, I ain't going to. All right, clap, clap, clap. Yeah. That way they know exactly how much fuel you paid and where you're going and your tolls and F all that. And supposedly Australia is going to join the EU. We'll see. Australia's not going to do nothing. I don't know what the point of that is. I'm probably going to get in trouble for this one. I accidentally found it and clicked on it. I don't know. Poland celebrates Easter by making a doll. And beats on it. That's crazy. That's crazy as hell. I don't want to do it. And that's got Oh, I put this in the wrong one. More alien. I don't know about this one. It says the reason for a fight in Israel Parliament he saw is due to the exposure of the stunt double. I don't know, conspiracy. I know Poland ain't playing around with the immigration and stuff. They're kicking a whole bunch of damn people out. Joe Rogan gets nervous.
Even Bill Clinton said that about Netanyahu. Bill Clinton said Netanyahu wants war so he could stay in power.
For sure, dude. People call him the yarmulke Hitler. That's what they call him.
Who are these people?
Everybody does.
Which people?
Countless.
People?
Huh?
What are you saying?
What do you mean people? You talking about
what are you talking about?
Black
Don?
folks? What
no,
are you saying?
I don't know what you're saying.
I don't know what you're saying.
I don't know what you're saying.
Okay.
Let's not draw conclusions.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
He seems like a great guy.
No, really.
Well, it's just a scary time.
It's a scary time because people are willing to blow people up with fucking drones and missiles, and they're shooting into apartment buildings and blowing up schools, and it's like, fuck, man.
And we didn't hear how to.
And even Bill.
Joe Rogan's trying to ride that fence so hard. I like Joe Rogan, but yeah, he tries to ride that fence so hard. He's so worried about actually ruining his. The Senate did pass the ban for the digital dollar over here, so we did have a good thing there. 89 to 10 until 2030. So after 2030, you're going to have to watch your ass in about 4 more years. It'll get pushed through in 4 years. Just watch for my word. World Court has declared the state of Israel to be an illegal state and has requested it to be withdrawn from the land and territory of Palestine. I'll play that video.
This is a watershed moment for Palestine, for justice and for international law. Israel's occupation has been declared unlawful by the World Court, which has stipulated that it must be terminated completely and as rapidly as possible. The court also found that illegal Israeli occupation violates the UN Charter, human rights, and international humanitarian law. The court further unequivocally declared that all Israeli settlements in the occupied Palestinian territory are illegal and must be dismantled, and that all Israeli settlers must be evacuated. The court declared that Israeli illegal occupation not only violates but eviscerates the Palestinian people's right to self-determination in their own land, including the right to their own state. This ruling couldn't be more timely or sorely needed. The Palestinian people have endured unbearable suffering and injustice for decades. This ruling is a vindication of their steadfastness and perseverance. This right must no longer be denied or deferred. The court made clear that the Palestinian people are the only sovereign in the occupied Palestinian territory, including East Jerusalem, and that the international community is under an obligation not just to reaffirm the Palestinian people's right to self-determination, but to see to it that this right is implemented immediately. All states and the UN are now under obligation not to recognize the legality of Israel's presence in the occupied Palestinian territory.
I don't know. Yeah, he don't want to lose that contract. I agree with you there. I'm gonna run through these real quick. I'm kind of burned on the politics. The president of the United States was talking about the Islamic Republic of Iran with the Easter Bunny sitting over beside him. I swear it's just like we're in a bad movie. We're in a B-rated movie. JFK disagreeing. I got so many videos. Now I didn't realize I had these much more videos left in this damn folder. Let's see what else I got on it. How far this damn thing goes. Holy hell. Here we go. There's the end of it. Let me play this and then I'm gonna boot it.
When was the last time you read 1984? I read it in 16. I read it in 16 when Trump was running. And it was the thing that Orwell never presumed was something like the internet. There was no way to imagine social media. And so it all took the form of the telescreen, which could always be on, which could always be recording. But the main thing was getting down to thought crime, like a real separation of the classes and the cultures, and the point where you thinking something is an arrestable offense. And then they go and put you in the
But
clockwork
that's a hate
shit.
crime.
Well, this is it, right?
I mean,
we're edging that territory.
Well,
in a
not edging.
really-
It's been decades since we said we believe in this country that there is such a thing as a hate crime. Now, that's basic liberal dogma. I consider myself a liberal, but I never agreed with that. A hate crime
with the
is
concept
a
of something
thought
being
crime.
more punishable than something else.
It's a thought crime. And I don't think we should go down that slope. It's a crime is a crime. If you kill somebody, you should be punished for it. The law should not be involved in what is in your mind, your fucking fucked up mind. I don't really give a shit.
I hadn't really thought about it that way, but that's a fair point.
Interesting. Yep, that's what I'm gonna do. So here we go. Let's show some fun videos. Look at this big old son of a gun. What's that, Linux? That damn thing decided he wanted us. You were his snack, you're done.
Что такое-то? Куда ушел-то?
Да замерз.
Замерз, он понял, Масяш? Он замерз, видите ли. Вот так мы теряем друзей.
That's just a big ass damn cat. How about this? Damn music. I don't think he's a very good mouser. You gotta throw some ninja stuff in here. And check out this damn bird sound. This thing. No, I don't think so, no. None of these should. Another one popped up AI. Let's see if I show a video and it. I save them for a while so that unless the ones I saved today or whatever. But if it's in my folder for a couple of days, if it does AI, it'll actually tell me. Somebody will do a note, community note, whatever. Check out this damn thing sound though.
Signorina, ma questo è un uccello. Che uccello è?
È un kookaburra.
E che verso fa il kookaburra?
Questo qui.
You're camping in the middle of the night? Oh, hell. Okay. Oh, me. Check out this dog. A bat boy dog. I thought this was funny.
In Kampen, een van de 3 prachtige historische Hanzesteden in de IJsseldelta. Want hier wordt binnenkort het grootste paasevenement van Nederland georganiseerd. Zeelkampen. Burgemeester, wat is er nou zo bijzonder aan Zeelkampen?
Als je de mooiste... dat gaat niet goed. Deze kant op. Nee. Probeer.
You put the microphone down there when you hit. There, boys.
In Kampen, een...
None of my cats could do that. They could not deal with sitting in a bag. Hi, Conspiriality. Appreciate you. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate you chatting. Look at the Easter Bunny. The Easter Bunny looking kind of messed up right now. He had rough days. But he's enjoying life there. The Easter Bunny is enjoying life. He's eating good. Got him some deviled eggs. Got some carrots. Trying to get them eggs. Give him an egg. Good water, wash it down. He doing good. Oh, they took his head off. I took his head off. They took his ears off. kind of 50-50. Kind of in and out. I'm going to get dinged on this one, but I don't care.
I find you guilty of harassment. And might I add, if you're hungry, go to a restaurant for criminy's sake, or a grocery store, but leave that poor bird alone.
Sentence Coyote Wily Oak. What in the hell kind of crap is that? Some serious chance bombs. Oh, me.
You get your yakiniku, huh? Your delicious beef too. Delicious, huh? So many bubbles.
Oh, pet friendly there. One more of these.
Look at this in Seattle. Wow. God, what a day. Oh, enjoying that hot dog with the bun and everything.
It's got ketchup, mustard.
Oh, it's got salt. Oh, I think it all. Found that one. That's why.
That's a good boy or good girl right there.
Nice little find.
Well fed, too.
With the hat and everything.
Jeez.
Look at this in Seattle.
Wow.
That guy right here didn't even know he was on camera.
Oh,
he's playing with his
enjoying
phone.
that hot dog with the bun and everything.
It's got ketchup, mustard.
Oh, it's got salt.
No, I. Now we'll do some music. I might get booted. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how this goes. But I got some music. There you go, Dawn. Go have your date night with your cat. We'll see how this goes. But this is kind of, I found some cool music videos.
68-year-old Cordell Jackson is not your average grandmother.
I'd say the best form of music, the happiest, rather, form of music, is rock and roll.
Cordell Jackson says she's been playing rock and roll music since 1936. Elvis Presley was only 1 year old at the time.
If what I play now that they term rock and roll, then I was playing it when I was 12 years old.
At the age of 23, Cordell recorded her first song and became what she believes the first female in America to engineer and produce her own record.
Oh, I'll try anything once I got married.
But it wasn't until recently, when Cordell released her first music video, that she received national attention.
And the letters I received just blow me away.
Cordell's career then received another boost when a beverage company asked her to do a commercial.
Crunch that last chord. I'll show you.
She grabbed the guitar, and then she started rocking. No, I mean rocking.
You're pretty good. Not.
I don't see this getting pooted.
Well, some glad morning when this life is o'er, I'll fly away to that home on God's celestial shore. I'll fly away. I'll fly away, oh glory, I'll fly away. When I die, hallelujah, by and by, I'll fly away. When the shadows of this life have gone, I'll fly away. Just like a bird from prison bars have flown, I'll fly away. I'll fly away, oh glory, I'll fly away. When I die, hallelujah, by and by, I'll fly away. Just a few more weary days and then I'll fly away to that land where joys will never end. I'll fly away. I'll fly away, oh glory, I'll fly away. When I die, hallelujah, by and by, I'll fly away. I'll fly away, oh glory, I'll fly away. When I die.
I wish it was the whole thing. That'd be pretty cool. I almost thought about bringing up my karaoke mic up. Wrong direction. We're hitting all the genres here. I tried my best. We're gonna swing through them all tonight. I said they woke the dog up for a second, and he was like, "Ah, that's no big deal. Going back to sleep." Oop. This is kind of funny. I don't see me getting popular with this either. This band did the On Hold music. Check this out. I thought it was kind of cool. Taking somebody that sound like this. This is pretty cool. In Tulsa, Oklahoma, musical road here. If you get to a certain speed. That was kind of neat. All the messed up roads and everything. I seen the radio contest. What? And then I thought it was AR or something, but no, it's the Biscuit Eaters, a bluegrass band in Surrey County, North Carolina. So, a little more bluegrass for everybody. It's a little gear, man. They're getting it.
She leaves a train, she leaves a train, oh, she leaves a train. Black smoke rising and she leaves a train, and I'm on my own journey home. Lost all my money but a $2 bill, $2 bill, or $2 bill. Lost all my money but a $2 bill, and I'm on my own journey home.
That's pretty cool, Jason. I did not know that. I did not know that. I think I've showed y'all. Actually, I skipped a few political videos, but we've seen enough. It's all the same bullshit. I'm gonna share this. Actually, I got Jason's song pulled up too. He posted in here a while back. Let me share. I'm gonna share Scott Helmer. Thought this was kind of cool. Let's see. I might get popped on this one. We'll see how it goes. Oh, I don't know if I'll be able to do this. Let's see. My fault. It's all right. It's just gonna drive me crazy. But y'all shouldn't have no troubles.
Today is gonna be the day that they're gonna throw it back to you. But by now you should have somehow realized what you got to do. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now. A backbeat, the word is on the street that the fire in your heart went out. Well, I'm sure you heard it all before, but did you ever really have it down? I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you. And all the roads we have to walk are winding, and all the lights that light our way are blinding. And there are many things that I would like to say to you, but I don't know how. I said maybe you're gonna be the one to save me. And after all, you might wonder why. Today was gonna be the day, but they'll never throw it back to you. By now you should have somehow realized what you're not to do. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you. And all the roads we have to walk are winding, and all the lights that light our way are blinding. And there are many things that I would like to say to you, but I don't know how. I don't know how. I said maybe you're gonna be the one to save me. And after all, you might wonder why. Well, I said maybe you're gonna be the one to save me. And after all, you might wonder why. Well, I said maybe you're gonna be the one to save me. You're gonna be the one to save me. You're gonna be the one to save me. Yeah. Ooh. 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 We
Oops. Got in and played another video there. Oh well. Oh well. It's all good. Well, it's after midnight here. It is after midnight. I'll say, remember my mouse. I'll say, appreciate y'all being here. Almost 4 hours of all this fun in the sun. Make sure if you're not, like and subscribe. We got some great shows coming up. Sunday, we got Ray of Radical Truth coming on. We're going to talk about the dark side of Disney, ghost stories, and who knows what else. So I know James has been doing his homework. He sent me some links. I got some stuff already saved, and then between the three of us, it should be a fun discussion on what everybody got. And then following week, we have. My goodness, my brain just don't work sometimes anymore. The Memphis Seekers of Paranormal are coming on the following Sunday. So the 12th we got Ray. The 19th we have the Memphis Seekers of Paranormal. So they should be fun. I'm interested in hearing some of their stories. So I really do appreciate y'all, and it's always, I appreciate y'all listening to me and coming back and joining me in this journey. We are all on here. So trying to keep everything balanced. I was talking to a guy today. I was looking at a tiny house, and I was sitting there talking to him about it, talking about the podcast, and told him I like keeping everything balanced. I'm going to put some negative stuff out there. I'm going to try to make sure I put some positive stuff out there. So, but appreciate y'all. If y'all got teleported over here, y'all rated the show. I appreciate y'all. Appreciate the ones that did it. And especially if you hung out, you got teleported over here and you hung out this long. It's awesome. Yeah, Sweets is dropping the links. Y'all check out the. I said I got too many hit punches in the head, Jason. I swear. Me being hard headed and damn near 47 and still trying to spar with heavyweights, and I ain't scared. But I hope to see y'all. We're gonna plan on doing a lunch show maybe Friday. I'm throwing it out there, so if you make sure you hit the bell. Shooting for a lunch show. Maybe me and Jamie. I'm gonna try some different layout of stuff and everything, and play around and stuff. Talk about what's going on at that point. How it goes. You never know where it's going to go. The conversation is going to go, and what's even going on in the world. But like I said, I do appreciate y'all, and much love, Much respect to all our friends. Y'all check the links in the description. There's lots of our friends in there. And if you have a show and you want to be part of the links in the description, just email me. The correct email should be there, for love of God. I hope it is. If it's not, I'm gonna be mad. It should be the right one. Should be. It is. So if you got you can email me if you want to be on that list. Send me your stuff. If you got a logo, if you want to be part of the intros and stuff like that, let's send me that too. You know, they're all about the tide rises all ships, and that's what for sure I'm trying to be about. And because all the great people I've been around. So, but let's hit the outro. Got one more song for everybody. That's because that's the intro. That's not the right one. There we go. Let's hit this outro and let's call it a night, y'all. Be good.
Shackles, don't want no shackles on me. Don't want no shackles, don't want no shackles on me. I sit down with Big Brother, don't like those RFIDs. Got the blues about my freedom. Got the blues about tyranny. I got the blues about my freedom. Got the blues about tyranny. I sat down with Big Brother and the national ID. Don't want a chip in my wallet, chip in my car. And if I want to travel, it's nobody's business how far. Don't want no shackles. Don't want no shackles on me. I said shame on Big Brother, always tracking and tracing me. Don't want a chip in my mother, chip in my wife, a chip in my babies. Stay out of our life. Don't want no shackles. Don't want no shackles on me. I sat down with Big Brother. No more slavery. Play it for me, baby. Now, do you want a chip in your forehead, a chip in your arm, always tweaking your brain and causing you harm? Don't want no shackles. Don't want no shackles on me. I sat down with Big Brother in the good old USA. I sat down with Big Brother, down with Big Brother, down with Big Brother, down with Big Brother, down with Big Brother. don't wanna spy chipping me. Everybody, I said down with Big Brother, down with Big Brother, down with Big Brother, down with Big Brother, down with Big Brother. It's all about liberty.